was attended. It should be available to immigrants, people eligible. There are people able-bodied males who are working age. They're okay. These are
And I'm in the same thing as the voting costs still, because right now it's pumped. They'll give them diesel. State did want the tax effect. People that don't live in California, it is hard to understand the subsidies in all those states having less to pay on their tax dollars, but you do have public costs in light of my law. We have here, as we just go and said.
Hey, good evening, good afternoon. How's everybody doing? Good, I hope. Hello, Frank. Hey, good evening, good afternoon. How's everybody doing? Good, I hope. So, what's going on with everybody? Jim, how you doing, Jim? Jody, aka Frank Rizzo. Yep. Dominic is coming in. Hello, Dominic.
Evening. How are we?
We're doing good. How are you doing?
Yeah. Cold.
Cold? Is it chilly down there?
Yep.
It's a little warm here. It's 85 degrees.
I'd love that.
But
But I've got to wait for it.
yeah, when does like your spring and summer start?
Probably late August, early September.
Okay. So you got a couple of months to go.
Yeah.
Hello, Brenda.
Brenda, Jim, Frank, howdy.
Good to see my friends here.
Mm.
Dominic's stays right in there, hangs in there. You can always depend on Dominic. Yep.
Again tonight.
Mad Props, how you doing? Is that Warren, Mad Props?
No, Randy.
Randy, okay. Well, the housekeeping went. She showed up and she cleaned the bathroom for about 40 minutes. No, about an hour and 40 minutes. Scrubbed everything, cleaned everything, and that was about it. And then I'll see her again or someone else next time.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I let Boone in while she was here, and Boone didn't bother her. Just kind of checked her out,
Great.
looked in there, laid down. He behaved himself.
That's good.
Yeah. He's learning to chill out.
Mm.
Yeah, they didn't get as much done as I thought they'd get done, but you
Mm.
know, it is what it is, and I'll take any kind of help I can get, you know. I'm
Yep.
still waiting to hear about my eaves troughs and sure I'm on the list. Oh,
First year now at, City Smith Dock, let's check that one alongside. Roger, break from traffic, traffic. All right.
so if you got any things you've got to do today, Dom?
Yeah, couple of things I need to get around. Other than that, I might have a rest.
Take a break, huh?
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to do that. I know how you feel. There's times that you know, because I can't get around like I used to either.
Mm.
Hopefully, we'll have somebody else join the panel, but don't know. Okay, Jim, I understand.
Hmm. Mm.
This computer keeps getting screwed up on the internet. I don't know what that's
Oh
all
no.
To be clear though, all my exes, is that does, right? That's right. Some coppers and spots and that. Caroline left the White House on Monday today and said, if we thought that the peace was, the also changed, but they're not doing that. To be protect the law by the citizens, now the mills. That's going to do it here. You know, in the president, this is a great way.
I don't know what the problem is with my internet here, but
Hmm.
Well, I got it back.
Oh, great.
But the problem is the channel I usually watch doesn't have any commercials in it. This channel, it's all about the money, and they
Yeah.
insert commercials periodically.
Yeah.
Southbound 41 Riverview Avenue, go on Intrepid, they gave 1710. Over to. I mean,
So, I guess it's just us, Dominic. 13 people watching.
Yeah. Yeah, it could be a short one today then.
Yeah, I don't know where Joe is. And I don't know where Justin is. And who else we usually get?
No, Mark hasn't shown.
Mark usually comes in. And sometimes Mudball.
Yep.
So it might be a short evening if it doesn't pick up.
Yep.
I hate to take the hint, but I think everybody's getting tired of me doing live streams.
I know. I know.
Maybe I should just give it up, huh?
Oh, we'll see what happens another day. But yeah, sometimes it's just one of those days.
Yeah, people got things to do. I understand life goes on. It doesn't stop
Yeah.
just because we want it to.
Hello, Jody. Yeah. Yeah. Joe's doing a volleyball game.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I thought he said.
Yep. You're right. You're right. Brenda and Jim said the same thing. I don't know what the hell's going on with this computer over here.
Mm.
It gets to that point right there where that little kid is right by the pole. and it starts. Yep, see, you got right there by the pole. Boom, lose the internet. I don't know. Here comes Justin. Hello, Justin.
What's up?
What's going on with you?
Not much.
Seems to be at their end.
What?
Same stream time. I think they've started again. It seems as though they were down for a few minutes, I think.
Stream time?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why is it buffering on your end too?
It was buffering, but yeah. No, it started again. No, it's buffering.
They probably having connection issues.
Yeah. Now it seems to have started again. I don't know.
When are they
I
ever
just had
gonna
a
update that camera?
Yeah.
Well, it's all about the money. Who's got money,
Yeah.
Well, they got money. I know they're raking it off of this fucking YouTube pages. They ain't doing the shit out of the kindness of their heart.
Thanks, Randy.
Yeah, there's something wrong with the camera.
It occasionally buffers, yeah.
I'm gonna try the other camera, which is another company. The Boat Nerd, and it doesn't seem to be coming up either. Wonder if the internet's down.
Have a look.
Your daughter is she's accosting you. Trying to get all fancy with the words, are you, Randy? She's accosting me.
Oh well, it's just not working.
Your daughter whooping some tails. What's she doing?
So I'll just leave that picture up there. So you got any plans for this evening, Justin, or no?
Nah.
Is the wife making dinner or you gotta get dinner?
I don't know what we're doing for dinner. Oh,
Here's Mark. Hello, Mark.
Hey Mark, what's going on?
oh man, my freaking head.
I don't know if TJ might be working. I don't know.
Wait, what? What's up, Brenda, Jim? How's it going?
Hello, Lon.
Hey Lon, how you doing? Here comes Mark.
Hi, everyone.
How you
Good
doing?
evening.
Not too bad.
Did you get Amazon working, Mark?
Yeah, I watched the first episode and coming towards the end of the second one when they're in the motel room.
I don't know which episode. I don't know what you're talking about because he spends a lot of time in hotels. So I don't remember exactly which scene that is.
When him and the woman cop go to the bar and
Oh yeah.
can't get back because of the rain.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about now.
But 4 murders in 2 episodes, that's not bad.
Nah.
And what, he's been attacked so far by about 20 guys.
Ugh.
The prison bathroom was different, wasn't it?
Oh yeah. When he's
Yeah, about 10 of them.
was that in the first episode?
Yeah.
I thought that was in later in the season. Oh, yeah, he fucks those dudes up.
Yeah.
Like I said, that's a big dude too. When he
He is, isn't he? Yeah.
in one of the episodes he has a 50 cal handgun, and when he's holding it, it just looks like a regular handgun in his hand.
Yeah.
Like it's like Jesus.
It's like a mixture of John Wick and Sherlock Holmes out of Elementary.
Yeah, you
Everything
can imagine him holding like a.
happens, he can explain where and why.
Could you imagine him holding one of those little Derringer pistols? He'd
Yeah.
hold it with 2 fingers.
It's just about got dark here now.
It's only 5:30 here. It won't be dark for another couple hours.
Well, it's 10:30 here, so you know. I would have thought that you're south of us, it shouldn't get dark until a bit later than that.
I think it gets dark around 8 o'clock, somewhere in there.
Gets dark up here at like 9 o'clock.
Yeah, that's when it starts getting dark, but it's still light enough outside to see.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I have to get an exact time tonight and see. I don't ever really pay attention to that, to be honest. Because it just doesn't ever affect me. I'm usually in the house way before that, so.
Yeah. I mean, according to this, our sunset
I don't go out at night too much.
was at
The wife doesn't let you out.
9:37.
No, we just don't really go anywhere usually at nighttime unless we're going like maybe to Orlando or something for dinner.
Right, a way to go, isn't it, really?
What, to Orlando?
Yeah, and about an hour away.
It's about 45 minutes to an hour, but me and her like to make a trip out of it when we go out. Not
Uh-huh.
like a little mini trip, not just go somewhere local in the town, you know?
Yeah. I mean, if we go into Manchester, centre of Manchester, it's only a 20-minute tram ride.
Your ears, man.
I just saw one of them snippet trailers of Wednesday season 2.
Mhm.
He goes through one of those metal detectors like they've got at the airport, and it goes off. And the guard says, "Have you got anything on your person?" And she gets about 4 swords, about 6 knives, a couple of pairs of knuckle dusters, all the things out, and puts them all on the table next to her. And one of the other guards comes up, picks up this tube of sunscreen and says, "Would you mind explaining this?"
Yeah, it doesn't care about the knives or the guns
That's
and
it,
that
yeah.
bullshit. I don't know, Jim. Like I said, I'm about to pay attention to that tonight. I'm not sure exactly what time it gets fully dark. Um, It's kind of like remember the movie Mask when they told him to empty his pockets? And he just fucking keeps pulling
Yeah.
shit out. Fucking rocket launcher, fucking rubber chicken.
Yeah. Pistol with an 8-foot long bull. Yeah.
Yeah. That's one movie I'm surprised they have not remade.
Hmm.
I think they did like a, didn't they do like a Mass Kids or something? Something or another. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, they did 2 masks, didn't they?
Hmm.
Yeah, I think one had to do with a kid though.
Mm. I mean, I know that with AI and CGI, they could probably do a lot more with it, but it's whether it would make it any better or not.
Yeah, they did the Son of the Mass. Uh,
I get you.
I get you.
yeah, so they did the Mass, the Son of a Mask, and then they had some kind of animated series I didn't even know existed.
Oh yeah, I've seen some of the animated. Mm. So what is it that Paul's broken this time?
My internet doesn't seem to be behaving itself.
Well, you haven't broke up or anything on here, so
Well,
it
no,
should
but
be all right.
I'm running a different computer over here to run this TV.
No, it's not your computer or your internet. It's Stream Time Live. Dominic told you that it's acting up.
Mm.
We checked it on YouTube. It's not
Yeah, but
you.
I've got it running over here on this computer, Stream Time Live.
Okay, some of them
I don't
about
know.
it seems to be okay now. Yeah, it seems to be okay now.
No, if you were having big enough issues, or if you were having issues where you were having YouTube channel videos buffering because of your internet, you definitely wouldn't be on Zoom right now. If you
Mhm.
can't even play a simple YouTube video, there's something seriously wrong with your internet. Where are you at? Why are you on Skyline.com?
Well, because if you go to the other channel, they got advertising. This channel doesn't have advertising on it.
Do they charge for that though? Why would you pay for a YouTube channel just to stream it onto another website with no commercials? Like, where's the money to be made there? You're just spending money.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens now.
And how the hell did you find some random site that was playing it?
Well, it's Skyline, which is another company that must be paying for stream time feed I don't know. Anyway,
Crazy. But I think
I said, good luck getting an ad blocker to work on YouTube anymore.
Mm.
They're good at detecting those motherfuckers.
yeah, when I
I'll
go to
tell you that.
write, when I went to write Stream Time Live, came up with an ad right away. Boom. Now this camera is Stream Time Live, but it doesn't seem to have the advertising on it.
Well, I got blackout curtains in my room, Jim. They're usually closed during the evening, so I just don't pay attention. Usually around the late afternoon, around like 4 or 5 in the evening, I usually shut them because then the sun's barreling through the bedroom, beaming right through the windows.
What's Joe been doing? 3 hours ago. Amtrak 59 City of New Orleans.
And that's even if that's today's video, too. Though sometimes you're a couple days behind on posting them.
It
It might be from
it says 3 hours ago.
No, that's when he posted. I'm saying,
But
when's the video from now?
yeah, I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. He could have shot that 2-3 days ago.
Jim
Yeah.
says Justin just figured it out.
It's
you start
verticals.
playing Fortnite, it's still light out. Then when you quit playing,
No, it's not.
coyotes are howling.
I said, no, it's not, because in the afternoon time, I shut my curtains in my room. You can't see shit. They're blackout curtains.
You got blackout curtains?
Yeah, because the sun in the afternoon time around 5 o'clock, like 4 or 5, just the sun just barrels through our windows in our bedroom, and you have to close it, otherwise it's too much heat comes in. Not to mention you get blinded from the side too.
Hi, Lon.
Oh,
All right.
Yellowstone is pretty nice, Brenda.
Brenda said their daughter's out at Yosemite and got some great night shots, sunset.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about being in the right place at the right time. Right, Dominic?
Yep. I know that for certain.
Or in the case of Ted Bundy's victims, wrong time.
Yeah.
Wrong place, wrong time. What's up, Tim?
Hey, Tim.
What's going on, Tim?
Hi, Tim.
Quick Share did an update for Samsung. Instead of having to copy the link and send it to myself, now I can just share it directly with my computer.
Okay.
Which is nice. Makes it a lot easier. I guess we're doing salads for dinner.
Okay.
Sounds fine to me. A little Caesar dressing. Don't like a good Caesar salad.
Depends on what you're having with it.
Oh, lettuce, tomatoes, I put it pretty much almost every topping you can imagine on it. That goes with salads. Well, like the normal toppings you see at like a salad bar. Except for beets, those are disgusting. Oh,
That'll be lovely. But it has to be pickled.
Mm.
well, some salad bars you go to, they'll have pickled beets. So you can get.
Mm.
Not a big fan of those.
Yeah, but I mean, other than the salad part of it,
Oh no, it's just one big main salad.
so you're not going to have something like some slices of ham or
No, just salad.
a dollop of tuna or something like that with it.
No, just some salad.
Mm.
Oh, dude, Jim, blackout curtains are like one of the best investments you'll ever make. Go to Walmart, get you a couple of them.
Yeah, I've got thick velvet curtains in my bedroom that keep pretty much everything out.
But what I always say too, like I've noticed with them, the best thing to do is if you find two blackout curtains that fit your window, just go ahead and buy a third one and put it on there. Bunch them up.
Hmm.
Gives you a nice thick curtain.
I'll be back, guys. I'm gonna go catch a ship real quick.
Okay.
Because the thing is if you have two that are just the right size to the window, there's always a gap between the window seal and the curtains normally. So if you put a third one on there, you can really bunch it up against the wall and then come around and meet the third one.
Thanks.
Dude, inside of my room will look like midnight
Hmm.
during noon.
Correct, Tim.
And don't cheap out on them, Jim. Get good ones. Nothing beats a root. Very funny, Tim.
Yep. That's right, Lon.
Jim said I could just eat them for dinner. Ugh. No, Walmart's a good place to go, Jim, but they have like really cheap ones, but then they got some more expensive ones. You can tell in the quality of difference of the curtain when you look at them. What I meant is just don't go to like the dollar store and buy them, something like that. I bought some from the dollar store one time because they had a whole basket that was just full of curtains that they had on sale. And they were like $1 a piece or something. They were normally like $9 or $10 or something for one curtain. They were like, "Oh, blackout curtains." I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna grab me a couple of these." I grabbed some, got home, and they were paper thin.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Tim
good
said,
point, Tim. Good point.
yeah.
Because good blackout curtains, you won't be able to see a speck of light come through. Yeah, it poured out here earlier. Spray paint the windows black.
Yep.
One way to do it.
What did you hear about David's fire?
Mm.
Yeah, he messaged me earlier and said something with the.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of his electrical sockets. I think it must have been the one behind his washing machine.
Are
Caught.
your guys is in the wall? Or are
Yeah.
they out mounted outside the wall?
Well, they mounted on the wall.
Right, but like ours are recessed in the wall. So if they
No,
catch fire, they
well,
could totally go up through the wall.
yeah, but your walls are hollow. Ours aren't.
For the
Ours
most
are
part, I guess, yeah, but they still put insulation shit in there.
ours are a solid brick wall still, with plaster over the brick, and a conduit for the cable there. So
Jason.
there is no fire usually inside the wall because it's brick.
Well, see, ours is like the house I'm in. The walls are brick, but then the inside is framed in.
Yeah,
So
no,
yeah,
our inside walls are brick as well. On the older houses, anyway.
yeah, like my house is framed in on the inside with drywall and shit, so you can't even tell there's brick there until you actually go outside and see it. You
Mm.
know.
All the brick walls are plastered. But
What's up, Jason?
like the only thing that's hollow is usually the ceiling, so that the downstairs ceiling, which is the upstairs floor, has plasterboard or Latin plaster underneath it, joists, and then floorboards above it.
Oh yeah, Jim, you can find some good ones at Walmart. Like I said, when I bought the ones at the dollar store that one time, I took them. I just kept them because they were so cheap. Used them in the kids' room, but I went to Walmart and they got some good brands there, real thick ones. Hey Tim, did you watch the third season of Reacher? I didn't even realize it was out. It came back out in February.
I thought that was quite funny, though. He said he had his food shopping delivery from Morrison's arrived, and the driver just gave it one of the firemen.
That one dude was big, huh, Tim? The third season. So that's all I'm gonna say. I don't want to give too much away because Mark just started watching it.
Mm.
But Tim will know who I'm talking about. Yeah, I just binge watched it yesterday and today. Tim, it was pretty good. Yeah, he looked familiar. I can't remember where I've seen him from though. I didn't look it up to see what he played in, but he did look familiar.
Yeah, I've only seen the mayor once so far, but just from that fleeting bit, didn't he play a cop on another program?
The Reacher character?
Yeah, the mayor. Wasn't it
Not
the one
sure.
where the captain was a woman? Just from that fleeting
I
bit.
can't remember.
Uh,
You're not talking about Law and Order, are you?
no. Yeah, the mayor.
What's up, Jason?
Wasn't it the one where
You got the stream playing, Jason.
Hi, Jason.
Oh, right.
Hello,
Let's see.
Jason.
Hidden somewhere in your 90 tabs.
Yeah.
And now your audio cut out.
Okay, there we go. I think we're
All
good.
right. Now
Yeah,
you're
we
good.
got it.
Yeah, I had to mute the stream on YouTube so I could hear you guys in the thing, in the Zoom.
Mm-hmm.
Not often that I do it, that I'm live with you guys at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
What you up to?
I'm actually in the process of making some thumbnails right now for um for my live here in a little bit. I'm going to figure out how to do BlueStacks with my iView glasses, these guys here.
Hmm.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see if the idea works. But I was like, you know what? Let me say hi to you guys real quick while I work on this thumbnail.
I said YouTube or Microsoft had a thing at one point built in where you could start running Android apps, but then they got rid of it less than a year after they put it on there.
Hmm.
Really?
I didn't find out about it until a year after they took it off. I was sitting there trying to install it and it wasn't letting me. And then I finally found an updated video and they said they removed it. I don't remember
Huh.
what it was called though.
Interesting. You want to see what I'm working on? I think I could show it to you. Let's see. Yeah, you can see what I'm doing. Cool.
Oh yeah, if you're sharing your virtual camera, yeah.
Yeah, using my virtual camera to do the thing. So, yep. This is what I'm working on right now. Just doing a thing, making it look how I want it to look. You know. But I like doing this. It's fun. To me, it's fun.
Yeah, it was Windows Subsystem for
Yeah.
Android emulators, but I don't think it exists anymore. Is what
Huh.
it was called. It was called Windows Subsystem for Android, WSA. Tim. It is. Let's see what the temperature is here, Jim. It's 80, feels like 88. It looks like we got a storm coming on.
Oh, okay.
See what time. Looks like it ain't gonna be over us till real late. Maybe. Oh wow, it seems to just be going right around us. Wait and see later than this evening.
Yeah, these iView glasses are actually pretty cool.
Yeah, I saw it when you did the videos on them.
Yeah, the primary issue for me is that I can't see with them on. So in order for me to get it to work, here, I'll show you. They charge with the USB-C hub here, USB-C-A. You can see that. But
Yeah, same
in
here,
order for
Tim.
me to actually wear them, say again?
I'm just replying to Tim's message. He's saying it's 5 degrees Celsius there. I got 3.
Oh wow. So I basically got to wear them over my readers, my reading glasses, so I could still record because the camera's right here in the middle and still see what I'm doing. And they fit great over my click glasses, but they don't fit so good over my Gunnars, my Gunnar readers.
Okay, so apparently the Windows subsystem for Android says it can be used with the Amazon App Store
Yeah.
that you can download from the Microsoft Store, and apparently it automatically connects. But the problem is the Amazon App Store don't have all the apps that like Android and iOS have. They're missing quite a few apps. So the only thing that would be feasible for you is if they actually had that app on their app store, which I doubt they would even have. Amazon's app store kind of sucks.
You know what I realized also that I need? So these glasses connect to my phone via Wi-Fi.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my PC doesn't have Wi-Fi on it, which is why I actually bought a Wi-Fi card just so I could connect these glasses to it. So I gotta install that first. I forgot all about that. So I'm putting the
Jason, how do I say this in a nice way? You look like a nerd, Tim says.
nice. You can't say that. Dude, I started talking to my wife this afternoon. I got home. I was like, "Oh, what are you talking about Ted about?" I was talking to Ted on my way home from work. And I was like, "Oh yeah, we're talking about programming and Python and this and that." And she looks at me and she goes, "Nerd shit."
Yeah.
We start laughing. Yeah. I was
Oh,
like,
those
"Yeah,
seem to
exactly." Because when I go into a rabbit hole, I'll just start going and she's like her eyes glaze over. Kind of like when she and my son start talking to me about cars and engines. For some reason I don't have an aptitude for cars and engines. Combat drive, but when you talk about that engine, like when I was in my car in the engine the other day, I was like, what the hell am I looking at? Just because I didn't learn it, and it doesn't interest me at all.
Yeah, those glasses do look. I've never actually seen the Ray-Ban ones like in person on somebody. I've just seen pictures of them, but those do look a lot more bulkier than.
Oh, they're super huge. Here, look.
Yeah,
Without these on, they're gigantic.
yeah, they do look big on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chuck uses the Ray-Ban ones.
Mm.
Yeah, I think the Ray-Ban ones are more inclined to look more like regular sunglasses,
The
but I'm
Wayfarers.
not
Yeah,
sure.
those are really cool. I got my buddy's got those. So, Ray, you guys have probably seen him at work. He's my chief of safety and training. He um he was gifted these iViews and a set of the Ray-Bans by I
Which
guess
one did he prefer? I'm assuming the Ray-Bans.
the Ray-Bans, of course, yeah. But the camera, it's in the corner here, right? And I
Right.
don't know how much he uses them currently, but I think what they do is they put it on, they wear it while they're flying around inside the wind tunnel, which is a pretty cool perspective, you know. So yeah, that's what they got going on. And he's like, yeah, I'm not gonna use two glasses. Here, you take these and let me know what you think. So I took them and I like them. It's decent video. You saw the quality, but the problem is that I could just press record and call it a day, right? Kind of like camera, but I don't know what I'm looking at. in order for me to see what I'm doing, I gotta connect it to the phone so that I can then see what I'm doing and change the settings using the iView app. But it connects
Right.
to the phone via Wi-Fi. It has its own Wi-Fi, I guess, thingy thing. You know what I mean?
Well, that's the thing too, is like when you have a camera that doesn't have no screen or nothing, and you just press a button, you're kind of hoping that it's recording, but you really don't know if it's recording.
Exactly.
And you might
100%.
you might be working for an hour and then realize, oh fuck, I didn't even catch any of that.
Yeah, right? No, that's
Mhm.
exactly correct. Is it working? So let's see. I need to take a photo.
And some products don't even have indicator lights on them sometimes. I don't know if those do, but
The indicator light, it's on the inside of the here, I'll show you where it is.
like inside the arm.
Yeah, it's inside the arm. Let's see here. Oh, it's not on
Does it catch audio too, or just video?
overhead. It does capture audio. So if we look
I
here,
couldn't remember if you went over that or not.
right there are the two dots right there that they light up and they illuminate.
Okay.
And then inside here, this is the Wi-Fi button to connect. This is where the SD card goes. You guys can't see the overhead camera shot, right?
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, we
I'm
can.
looking at.
Right there, that's the SD card. And so those are the only buttons. It's very simple from a design perspective. And it's like, I wonder if I could take all this apart and put it into like my regular readers or put it on a helmet. You know what I mean? And I'm sure I could just take it all apart, take the camera, mount it inside of a helmet, and now I've got a helmet cam, like without having to.
That would definitely be a project for
Oh
sure.
yeah, that'd be super cool to do. I would do it too. I mean, I got these for free, so you know what I mean?
Anybody come back?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna need those glasses back in that review you were supposed to do on them. Yeah, about that.
Oh yeah, right. Well, the dude got so Ray got them for free because the guy that gave it to him, he's like, yeah, they sent Ray-Ban sent me like 10 sets of these, and they sent me 10 sets of these other glasses, and they wanted me to know what I thought of them because they wanted, I guess who knows? When you're the world champion at something, that's what companies do. They send you stuff, right? So the guy's name he's James Rogers won the world championship of indoor skydiving last year. So he's the reigning world champ, which is pretty cool because he's trained at iFly Virginia Beach in the past before also. I think it's pretty cool, but yeah.
Mm. Oh, it's all good advertising, isn't it?
Oh yeah, no, for sure. I mean,
Does he run like a YouTube channel or any social media?
no, he just not that I know of. I mean, I'm
Oh,
sure he's
wow.
got a YouTube or some. I mean, if anything, he's an indoor skydiver. He's a wind tunnel coach. He charges by the hour also,
I feel like he's missing out on an opportunity there.
I
Being a world
guess.
champ. That's a lot of
Yeah, but
he's got some
his talent is flying around, not jacking around with YouTube or making videos other than just recording. So far I can tell. His name is James Rogers if you want to look him up. Just
all right.
look up James Rogers indoor skydiving. And maybe he does have a channel and I simply am ignorant because I don't follow him.
Well, let's see.
Is that Rogers with a D or without a G? D.
Rogers. James Rogers. Hmm.
It looks like he might have an Instagram, but I don't have that, so I can't look at it.
Yeah.
The reason why I bought an iPhone.
Oh my gosh. James Rogers. iFly, maybe? James Rogers iFly? Yeah, 14-year-old skydiving prodigy. Tuesdays with TK, iFlight session with James Rogers. Erodium, first 10 years are the hardest, says James Rogers. This was 11 months ago.
Oh, he's only 14?
Nah, he's like 21 now.
Ah, I was like, damn.
That was from 14 years ago.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
7 years ago. 14 to 21 was definitely only 7 years.
Tell Jason to put the chat up on one of his 20 monitors. Tim said.
Oh yeah? Why is that? Here.
No, he can't, Tim. He's renting screen space to Scott at the moment. So he only part
There you
part
go.
of some of his screens he only gets a certain time slot on them now.
I put the chat up for you, Tim. Do you want me to up there now? Or is he trying to talk to me, tell me stuff? Jason, how do you say this in a voice way? You look like a nerd. Yes. Tell your wife high five. Roger that, Tim. Let's
Oh,
see.
by the way, I was watching your live the other day when you were in the garage.
Yeah.
Dude, perfect signal the whole time you were in there.
Nice. Cool.
I didn't see you break up one time, and I was watching you for a good half hour. And I think you were live for what, about 45 minutes or an hour?
It was a short one that night, just because I was like, again, yeah, it was really the first time for me to get up there and take a look inside my son's the engine, because he's like, can you tell me what the brand is on it? Because the spark plug wires he got from Ford Performance were not the right ones. At least they didn't fit. He needs something that's just a little bit longer for the posts. So I didn't pull anything apart to check and see, but
What's up, JB?
I'm interested in looking at that at some point also, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
B. Got
Yep.
it wrong.
So
Yeah, he rents his space out to Starlink.
right?
Yeah.
No, so I made a suggestion earlier, Tim, or was it last night, that to fix Scott's problem with monitor space is he just rents a portion of Jason's screen.
Mm.
With that
Yeah,
big
no
ass
kidding, right?
57 inch he's got.
Well, it's funny because when I play with you guys, right? I'll put your chat in one corner and then Scott's chat in another corner. I wonder if I could show you. Let's see here.
Yeah, I know. I wish Axel chat would let you do more than one YouTube channel at a time.
Mm.
Yeah,
That'd be kind of cool
because
if
you
you
could
could go.
you could do a YouTube channel and then maybe you put one in the shorts. Put the link in the shorts YouTube shorts section so it pops up.
Well,
Maybe.
you can do both of those simultaneously, the YouTube and YouTube Shorts.
Yeah.
But it'd be cool if you could do two YouTube channels simultaneously like that.
Or
That-
we create the program and do it in OBS natively.
There you go.
I'm gonna go learn Python right now.
Well, actually,
Let me bust out my book.
Axel Chat is open source, so technically you could redo it.
Really?
Yeah.
So YouTube channel 1, YouTube channel 2.
I mean, if you know how to
Anything?
do that stuff, yeah, you could. Theoretically,
Let's
you
learn
could.
it, Justin. Let me send you a link for a book that you might find useful, Justin.
I actually just read a book for free off of Kindle,
Oh yeah?
and it was on quantum computing. Pretty interesting.
I told my brother about a book that I recently got, and he goes, "Oh, is it published by so and so?" And I was like, "I don't know."
He's like, I don't know.
No, he asked me if who published it. I was like, "Oh, I don't know. Maybe
People smarter than us. That's what you should have said.
somebody wrote it. Just know somebody wrote it."
I mean, that's what people do with OBS all the time. Like I said, if you look at it, Restream, Streamlabs, what's the one the other one we were using? All those are using OBS in the background.
Oh yeah.
And then they just layer their own shit on top of that.
Oh, all right. I didn't know that.
Like Streamlabs was actually taking the name too. They were calling themselves Streamlabs OBS.
Oh wow, that's cool. I think. That way you know it's compatible for one. I was gonna
Well,
do something, I forgot what it was.
but the like the coolest programs that you'll find out there though are just these open source, just anybody can add to it, and you just get some really neat features sometimes in those programs because it allows people to think about what it's missing and then add it. You know, you don't have to wait for the company to try to figure that shit out.
Ah, right, yeah.
You know, it just allows any programmer to come in and say, "Oh, you know what? This is what this needs." Write it, boom, send it off, or rebuild it themselves. But it already gives you a nice framework to work off of.
Let's see. Jim's saying, thinking what to eat. I sure could go for some pink shrimp from Florida or Louisiana with nice big salad. I sure would be happy camper if I had them on plate right now. That does sound pretty good, Jim.
Jim, you can have them on your plate if you think you want them on your plate. You can make it happen. That's what we're having for dinner. We're just having salads.
Yeah. I had a
Big
bunch of
ol'.
salad for lunch today. And pasta. We had, I actually should have live streamed it this morning. The all hands meeting that we had at work.
Did you guys have a little potluck meeting?
Yeah, and once a quarter we do that, and the boss gives a, I guess, the sermon on what, on something, whatever he feels like talking about. And it's funny because he kicked the idea to one of the staff members who told me what their response was late after the fact. But he told me what he wanted to talk about today, and I go, really? So I asked a bunch of probing questions as in my usual way, mostly from a standpoint of I thought that was the wrong thing to talk about at this meeting, and what he initially was going to talk about was civics and city council and this and that, and so of course my first question with him was, well, why do you want to talk about that? And he explained, it's like, all right, and what's the benefit of you talking about that to the staff?
Yeah, because it's like, was it like all stuff that's really just more of an upper management issue that staff don't really need to worry about?
No, not
Is that the way
necessarily.
you were looking at it?
Not necessarily. It's more from a
Uh,
standpoint of, I mean, because, for example, we have city tax. We also live, or we all work on the ocean front, so we are heavily governed by the city and our tax bill and tourism and things like that. And so, from a standpoint of depending on who the elected officials are, can sway the vote or can sway, policy that's in favor for business owners or not, right?
right.
And so, of course, if our team of 40 people are aware of what is going on, they can vote proper when it comes
Okay.
time to
Yeah,
vote.
that makes sense.
Lots of
The problem is that it's they could learn it now, but then we got the summer here. No one, and honestly, no one really cares about that stuff in the first place. I don't care
Yeah.
about that stuff, you know. Um, when it comes time for me to vote for my city council people I'll ask, Chat GPT, so to speak, or my friends who we all think alike from a standpoint of, okay, what's best for our bottom line? If this guy is going to get rid of veteran benefits, then absolutely we don't want that kind of a person you know, in power, right? If that's one of their platforms, for
Yeah.
example.
Or if they're campaigning on anti-wind tunnels.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. Or, the right to bear arms, for example, right? Those are people that we would not support, for example. But
Yeah, and I've always told people be more concerned at the end of the day about your local government because they got more control over you than the federal government does.
and from a standpoint also of people like, I mean, I believe that there are certain people and certain groups, if you will, that are going to be better for me as a citizen and pay less taxes, and that's who
All
I'm
right.
voting for. you know,
Yeah,
because
no doubt.
I could give I really could give two poops about what's happening overseas, you know, because I'll probably be long and dead by the time a lot of things really affect me, right? But generationally speaking, yeah, maybe there's
Well,
an
that's
issue
why I
there.
tell people,
So
be more concerned about your local, your city, your county, and your state. Worry about those three the most.
yeah, foreign policy, that
'Cause,
doesn't bother me.
yeah,
It did when I was on active duty, right? Because I was in the middle of that stuff. But even then, it was still always, hey, where do you want to send me so I could go get into a fight, kind of thing, you know? Because that was the job. But yeah, he, basically he talked about, he explained this and then I said, look, I completely understand why you want to get it, why you want to do that. But the problem is that you started off the conversation with me saying how I'm gonna bore the crap out of everybody, right? That's not a way to start a conversation or a discussion,
oh, I see where the frustration came from.
Mm.
right? No, I mean he already said that he's gonna bore the crap out of everybody, and I was like, all right, well, don't start the conversation off with that, right? Start the conversation. If you're going to talk about something that's super boring, make it exciting. You know how to speak publicly. You're a public speaker. If you have to use a slideshow and use visual aids to really get the point across, then do that. But if you're just going to be a talking head, talk about stuff, you already lost everybody when you started talking about civics. Especially when
Yeah.
it's simply a topic that they really don't care about. For
Well,
one,
yeah.
the biggest reason is they're not in their mindset of that anyway. Come the fall, November timeframe, yeah, maybe we're thinking about that, and that would be more appropriate then. So number one, it'll give you time to prepare a presentation with a PowerPoint with slides and visual aids to really get the point across, and just educate people on, like you said, local government, because that's what it's about. Virginia Beach local government is
Well, and
how we want
the
people to
problem is
vote.
these days more people do focus on, like, you could ask them, who's the president, who's the secretary of defense, all this federal questions. Most of them would be able to answer you. But then if you ask them anything about their own local government, who's your councilman? I don't
Yeah, I don't
know.
know.
Who's your senator? I don't
Yeah,
know.
no,
Like,
100% agree. People are simply unsure. And that's okay for those people, right? But the problem is, at least in for today, the issue is simply it was not the right time to have that discussion, especially if you're not prepared for it, you know.
like I didn't know anything about my city people or county people for like legislation. I've been paying attention more now the last couple of years, you know. But before that, I never really paid attention to it. But now I'm definitely paying attention to it more nowadays.
Oh yeah.
So,
I mean, I have an additional tax of 5% to the city of Virginia Beach for admissions, which we got lowered from 10% to 5% because because indoor skydiving is considered to be a participatory sport. And for for venues that are a participatory sport, the admissions tax is only 5%. But it was initially 10% before we even opened to the public. So I was able to get that across the finish line. Let's see here. There you go, Justin. I posted a link for you.
all right. Do you guys have a tourism tax or anything like that?
That's kind of it,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, because you
So
guys are real close to the beach, so I'd assume you guys would get some of that.
yeah, no, that's effectively it. That it's called an admissions fee, you know.
Are you guys in like a touristy area?
Oh yeah, we're right in the middle of
Okay,
it, which is,
that's what I figured.
I guess, the two owners, Bob and Tori, they said that they could have had this building built 5 years earlier had they put it in Pungo in the country. But who the heck's gonna drive all the way out there to do this thing? Some people would, but we wanted
Well,
to
your
capture the
regulars would, but
tourists. We
yeah,
wanted
the
to cap
tourists.
the
Yeah.
regulars, yes. The tourists, absolutely is where the money's at, so to speak, because they're there to spend money already at the oceanfront. Hey, come spend a bunch of money here with us, and we just lowered our prices to it's like a 10-year anniversary special. We decided to do, if you will. Hey, we're gonna go back to our 2015 opening prices. So come on in and fly and try it out, because that was one of our best performing years revenue wise, 15, 16. 2017. And
It was probably some of it was probably the newness of it too. in the
yes,
area.
we're the shiny toy, right?
Yeah.
100% agree with that also. But, we've had price increases as a result of inflation, as a result of,
Oh, of course. yeah.
hourly wage increases. And so in order for me to have these mandatory hourly wage increases, I had to increase prices also, which worked out a little bit, but we're like, it didn't work out very well for us last year. Last year was one of our worst performing years. And when you're 10 years into the job, you would think and hope that we would be performing better. So the idea of, hey, let's just go back to
Now was
2015 prices and go
was
from there.
last year, was it like bad, or you're just comparing it to the other years and it just
Bad in
wasn't as
comparison
good?
to the other years.
But
When you look
you
at
guys
the
still did
demographics
good
of what's
though.
going on in the, region as well from a consumer spending perspective, it's low also. So was it that? But what we want to do is we want to fly people. And if cost is the wall to keep people from entering the building, well, we want to bring that wall down. We want
Right.
we want people to come here and fly. So that's why that's a reason why we lower the prices, because our product really is time. Once that time
hmm
goes by and nobody flew it, that time's expired. It's not like we could shelve it,
Right. Yeah, because
Yeah,
you only have so much time per workday. So yeah.
yeah. I mean, 30 minutes in a 30-minute block, right?
Now is the
Um,
maintenance relatively low on the wind tunnel? You guys don't have to constantly be fixing it, or
Oh, it's extremely high because
is it?
constant moving parts, things break sometimes also. It's expensive. It's pretty darn expensive to do. I mean, my electrical bill is upwards of $15,000 to $20,000 a month.
Ah, come here, dude.
Yeah, I got three. I got three. I got four 350 horsepower fans on top of the building. You know.
That was crazy. Imagine getting that kind of bill every month.
Yep. Well, we pay it, right?
Dude, you could
Hey.
tap into there and run your whole house and it probably wouldn't make that big of a dent on that bill.
Right. I'm like, we should mine Bitcoin while we're here anyway. Since our electrical bill is so high.
Jason,
What's up,
you
Dan?
probably could run a subdivision with your electric bill.
Yeah, seriously.
20,000. You'd be looking at about 40 homes roughly. Say
It's-
$500 a
Yep.
home.
And of course, the electrical bill gets more expensive in the summertime because, we're on a different schedule, where it's more expensive in the summer because everybody's running their air conditionings at the same time, and especially in the hottest days.
Yep. The
So
power's more, the demand's higher.
yep.
The
But
price
yeah, so
goes up.
that from a standpoint of so Bob did not talk about civics today, which was a win. It'd be more of a win to do and educate everybody about that stuff in the future with in October, November timeframe. And so the topic of discussion that he spoke about today was, because he goes, well, what do you suggest I talk about? And I go, change, because we are going through this major change right now. We are changing our point of sale systems from one computer software system to another, a whole new set of hardware, pin pads and computers, and it's a major change.
Yeah, what sucks too when you change over systems like that, usually for the first, depending on how bad the system is or how good it is, could be a week or a couple months worth of freaking working through bugs,
Oh,
little
I'm
glitches
not
here
gonna
and there.
go down that rabbit hole, but yes, you're right. Well, the company, so iFly at large made the switch, and the bugs still haven't been worked out. We are one of the last tunnels because we've basically stiff armed them from making a switch for 2 years, and so as a result, and the whole idea why was we were hoping that they would work all the bugs out, like I said, but they freaking
Uh-huh.
haven't. So, but we're working together, we're figuring it out, and it is what it is, But
Hey, Dan,
I told Bob's like, yeah, talk about change, and I basically gave him the the cliff notes of what he should talk about, and so he did, and then he turned to me at the end when he was done talking. He's like, Jason, I missed anything? So I launched into, my piece of it all as well, which, I mean, the big picture is points that I spoke about where change is guaranteed. We will experience change no matter what. It's a guaranteed thing to happen in your personal lives, in your professional lives. Little things here you'll experience change.
Yeah, nothing
The key
lasts
with
forever.
change, though, is how we deal with it. We can go around the change, we can go over the change, under the change, or through the change. But regardless of how you go through it, you know, will we go through it complaining and bitching and moaning all the time? I mean, for people in the Navy, we always said, a bitching sailor is a happy sailor, right? And are we complaining just for the sake of attention? Are we complaining to, affect change? Or are we complaining to, just to vent? Sometimes it's all of the above, right?
What's up, Dan?
Regardless of how we do it, as long as we go through it because the change is occurring no matter what, right? Hey, if we do it with a smile on our face, a song in our heart, and we just carry on and make it happen, it's, you know, it's how will get through it in a more positive way because the change is going to happen regardless of a person bitching and moaning about it or not. And so that's what we talked about today.
Some
So it's pretty good.
spiritual talking.
Yeah. I mean,
Jason, that looks
so
like a very aggressive thumb.
you have no idea.
Oh, he was thumbing everybody at the meeting. Change.
Right? Don't go changing to try and please me. I like you just the way you are, Dan. Good to see you, Dan. Tim in the chat. Jason, that's some spiritual talking there. Thank you, Tim. Can be. Can be. What's he say? I bet Thumb's wars with Jason is like taking on a thumb with a six-pack abs. You can tell that Thumb drinks protein shakes every day. Dan, unfortunately, it no longer drinks protein shakes, on a daily basis. At least, with the whey protein. My protein is in the form of either a glass of milk or a bowl of ice cream on top of pecan pie. Speaking of pie, Justin,
What did you think? I forgot all about that. That shit's good, ain't it? It's light, but it's good.
thumbs up, bro. That I bought. So there was only two
Two,
pieces in that small box for like $5.
yeah, the
I
two
gave my wife the
slices.
other piece, right? I was like, "You want some cream pie? Some chocolate cream pie?" And she's like, "All right." So I gave her the other piece, and it was freaking delicious, man. So
Oh, yeah, that's one of my
good
favorites.
recommendation. Didn't even need an Amazon link, bro.
I know Walmart does sell the full size ones. They're a little cheaper because I do like the fact that they do have the little 2 slice boxes because then you can buy them and try them to see if you like them. Instead of wasting money on a whole pie.
Yeah.
But yeah,
True.
those are one of my favorite pies right there.
Look at Dan says, I found the ultimate thing to sprinkle on key lime pie, and that is blended up hard scotch candy turned into dust. Oh,
Mm.
interesting. Interesting. Dan, your suggestion a few months ago about putting honey and chocolate syrup on ice cream was spot on as well. I give that a
We're slowly
thumbs
walking
up.
Jason over a cliff of diabetes.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
Randy
just try
says, I
this.
love cream pie. Nice.
Oh, no, Randy.
Yeah, I think we should be very careful about referring to it as cream pie.
Yeah,
because I know
exactly.
exactly what the hell Randy's talking about.
Yeah. Gotta be very careful of that.
Tried to tell you, man, real honey mixed with a little bit of chocolate and vanilla ice cream is like 10 out of, bro. It broke the scale of the scale of 10, Dan. It's awesome. And I put some salted nuts on there also. It was awesome.
Not the kind you want to eat, Jason. Should have put that in there to begin with, Randy.
Huh?
Did you get what
Oh
he
my
said?
God. I think so now. I get it now.
Think out of it. think at it from an adult website standpoint.
Creampo. Okay.
All right.
Green pie equals money shot.
Oh man. Let's see. Maybe I'll unbox this thing. I go live with the unboxing of this thing.
Yeah.
What is that?
That's that Wi-Fi card, PCIe
Oh,
adapter.
okay.
That way I could basically, I'm not going to use Wi-Fi on my PC, but this will go onto the computer, right? And then I can connect my cool guy glasses, right? These guys here, right, to the computer, and then use that interface, basically connect these to the computer using BlueStacks because the app is an Android app, right?
Right.
I could basically use these as a live streaming camera. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah. I guess you're saying.
That way it's easier for me to live stream me in front of the sewing machine.
All right, I'll take a look at it.
So, but it's a process because I do have to get this thing, installed and whatnot too.
How many of those slots do you have left? Because didn't you bought the expansion card with the USB ports, didn't you?
Let's see here. Yeah, but I do have one PCIe slot available in the PC right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wasn't it you that bought the expansion card like I got?
Expand? What do you mean expand? You mean this thing? I bought this thing that you told me to buy. That you sent me a link for.
Okay, because there's also somebody bought the same one I did. Might have been David, Birdman.
Yeah.
No, it was the expansion card for the PCIe slot that gave you more USBs and 2 USB-Cs. Here, I'll show it to you.
You know what? I'm a live streamer. Actually, I could live stream with you guys in the background also, I think.
Let me.
I'll do an unboxing of this card.
Real quick.
Let me do this. I'm gonna make a new thumbnail for this also. Where's my phone link at? Phone link. Show you what I'm doing here. So there, take this picture here, move it over.
Yeah, this is the one I got here.
And then we go to Photoshop here. And then we're just gonna bring this over to here.
This is what I bought, Jason.
All right, let's see.
This isn't the exact one, but it's the same. It's got 5 USBs and then 2 USB-Cs, and you just plug it in there. It's not a bad little expansion card.
This stream go. Whoa. These are all USB 3.0?
Yeah, and then there's 2 USB-Cs on it.
Oh.
And those are relatively cheap. You can get one for like 30, 40 bucks.
That's cool.
But I did that so I could get rid of the USB hub that I had on my desk. Because I only had like 3 things plugged into it. And I was like, I'm just going to get some more. Plus, my PC didn't have any USB-C built into it. So I was like, that would give me 2 USB-C slots as well.
Oh, yeah, true.
Plugs. Because computers are just now starting to get USB-C on the towers. Did you send me that video, Dan? Let me see. Go to Facebook.
I need a background. New layer. There, and then a color background.
Oh yeah, it was like that earlier where what in the hell? Hold on.
What's that?
I don't know what the hell's going I'll show you in a
Yeah,
sec.
Jason. Another Jason.
Dan just took this video outside his house or inside of his house. Watch.
Okay.
Middle of a lightning storm. Seriously, this kid's up on the roof smoking weed.
I can't see
That's
it.
the way.
Literally, there's a lightning storm.
Good on him.
We just have the classiest of neighbors, man. Crazy.
Dan, you should go out there and scare the shit out of him. Run out there and be like, police! Watch him. Oh, shit! Oh, man. ATF. Some federal agency.
Oh, man, that's awesome. That's funny.
Yeah, dude, I would not be sitting up on a fucking roof smoking in a lightning storm. Fuck that. Dude, they call Florida the lightning capital for a reason. It ain't because it tickles you.
Can you guys even hear me at all?
Yeah, now
Yeah,
we
we can
can,
hear
yeah.
you, Jason.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, because my mic went retarded. I reset my phone. You know what I mean? When you pay $108 for a fucking phone, at this point, on top of the plan, which is basically like we have to all be connected. You guys understand what I'm saying, but here's the names I wrote down. I wrote down, first of all, my name is Jason, but I wrote down Jason, which is the other Jason.
How you
The
doing?
equal, by the way, I believe in equality and DEI, and all Jasons should be equal. So that Jason guys.
There's actually
And
three
I-
Jasons.
And I also wrote down.
Yeah, there's a third Jason here as well.
All right. Hold on, just let me finish, and then you guys can make fun of me. So I wrote down Paul Murray, and I wrote down Mark. I wrote down Storm Trooper, and I wrote down emoji to make sense. That's what marijuana does to adults, folks.
Yeah.
I have these brilliant fucking ideas, and they kind of, at least I shouted out everyone, right? I hope I didn't miss anyone. That would be dumb.
Tim.
Yeah, you're good.
Now Tim is on the fucking list. Oh no, Tim isn't on the list. Does Tim go by Jason?
Yes,
No.
because by Jason.
No, Tim goes by Jackson.
No, I actually did this. I'm not fucking with you people. And I don't even care about this channel. Although I'm starting to care about this channel because I like you guys when I fuck around. But I'm telling you, because when I was nice on the internet, people were just like, ugh. But when I was producing like music content 15 years ago, and I'm saying this so that you guys can do your show. I'm saying I watch you guys now. You know what I mean?
Mm.
I'm not fucking, what do they call it now? What's the supplication? Adjective. What do they call it? It's not
Blow and
slutting.
smoke.
It's no, it's a word that starts with S. I'm not
Frequent flyer.
no, it's a word that starts with S. And when I say it, it's gonna make sense to your brain and your ears. I'm not it's not schlepping, it's a word. I'm not
Surfing.
nope. Surfing is a board on the water. We're gonna figure this out. I can tell you that. We're smart people.
Well, Jason is one of the smarter ones on here. So
And it's
thank
not
you, I appreciate
subbing
that.
because-
But no, not trying to be.
Yeah, because subbing just means
Which Jason, Paul?
Lance Jason.
what's that?
Jason Lance.
Which Jason?
Jason Lavarius.
Jason Lance.
I don't know who that is, but no, I'm Jason from Boston, and I think Boston is gonna get some of those fucking riots tomorrow. So I'm not going out.
Well, Jason, the Jason that was just talking, you haven't met
Tim.
Jason. The other Jason is retired
Hey, what up?
military, and he also teaches skydiving with a great big wind tunnel.
No, this guy's cool with video. So, hold on. I have zero experience with deep sea diving, but I know about
No.
wind because I've researched tornadoes ever since I was like 8.
Not deep
before
sea.
the internet. I read all the books, and
Damn.
then the internet happened. Yeah, so I'm pretty good.
Not deep sea diving, although he was a SEAL. It's skydiving.
I've fished on a lot of beaches on the North Shore of America, like Boston and North and South. But the deepest I've ever swam. So, for example, what I'm going to say, and I'm jealous of this fact, is I've never put on scuba gear ever and gone down. I'd love to. Have you guys? And girls? I hope there's some girls here now.
Jason, we're not talking about down. We're talking about up. He skydives.
Oh my God. My roommate, when I lived in Quincy for 5 years, who was, no, hold on. Just everyone calm the fuck down because I'm not making up shit.
So
When I'm, no, actually, I don't think I've ever made up shit on this channel, but anyway, the roommate, Justin, I'll give his first and last, I'll give his
What?
first and, I will give his first and last name, Justin Awesomeness. I obviously hit his last name, and he was I was a loud restaurant person and laboratory owner, and I lived with the guy for
I know,
5
right?
years.
You ready?
No, hold on. This motherfucker, because the wind is blowing and it's putting everything over my. You see how hard it is to.
The wind blew and his mic went on mute.
Yeah.
Paul, you need to get this guy on every Wednesday. You don't hear him.
Nope. You're on mute, Jason. When that last wind blew and something went in front of his camera, that's when he must have hit the mute button. He doesn't know it. Yeah, you're on mute.
Yeah, I think he's figured it out. There we
No,
go.
actually, that's actually the first recommendation I've ever got. It actually had a pause statement that said in blue with a choice left and a choice right, and it said, "The host would like you to speak. Would you like to not speak, or would you like to speak?" And I chose to speak. So.
Yeah,
anyway,
but somehow you ended up
Lance,
muted.
what are you up to?
You know, I was going to fly on the way home, but I'm just going to go home and relax. So I'm not going to fly.
Is it rainy kind of weather or what?
It's overcast and 72 degrees. It's not, you know, I mean, you can see it's bright enough outside, but yeah, just going to kind of kick back, I think.
That's a great human statement we can make. It's bright enough outside, like we control the sun. Oh shit, some of us believe we do.
Wait, what?
Yeah, just replay what I just said.
Dan.
How about you, Paul?
Well, I've gotten a
Not trying
couple
to
of
be a
sips
dick.
today.
The people who heard it heard it. I like you guys. The reason I like you guys is at least you're open-minded, and it's very hard to find. And by the way, I want to back up. Oh, and the same fucking thing is happening again. The curtain keeps blowing down because apparently they want to have. I'll show you. They want to have a beautiful blue sky everywhere. And just even though the weather men and women and weather lesbians, what am I supposed to say these days? None of them have performed. reported
they're
that.
lesbians?
No, I just say shit. Well, yeah, but you have to assume that some of the. Haven't you seen a lot of? Because here's what I like to do. Even though I was raised by like Fox News and to a certain extent CNN much longer than Fox News. Big news channel. Like as a child, I was raised by the shit. Whatever they said on the TV to me was akin to what our parents taught us. Can anyone else agree with that? Or was I just the dumbest autistic child ever? Literally, what I saw on the
I'm
TV
not
and my
gonna answer
parents
that question.
talked about at the. Let me finish. Let me finish. At the dinner table, I was like, yo, that's what the growing up, that's what the world is. And then I woke up and I was like, holy shit. And they're still there. One of them's passed away, unfortunately, but they're still there. So it's like, whew. Oh, do I at least hear one female, or was that a high?
No, it's just a high pitched laugh.
A high pitched laugh from a male?
That's Jason.
Yeah.
That's probably a black. That's probably the black guy.
He's not black. He's Filipino.
Black guy.
Oh, come on. Can't we just make him black and gay for the show?
Oh my
No, he's
God.
a Navy SEAL. We would never do anything like
Well, I'm not a Hollywood producer, so don't worry about it. That's what they would say.
Hey, Justin, I'll be back.
I know, right, Dan? This guy is crazy.
Crazy, right?
Oh my
that.
god.
Yeah, I'm pretty much like the rest of us at most times.
It's all quiet now. The
Well, yeah,
uncomfortable
because
silence.
everyone can just have fun.
Uh-huh.
By the way, hold on. This is actually a serious thing for the show. My microphone, because this could either be a disaster and I leave, or we stay and it's awesome for a long time. But also, there's a lot of wind happening up here in Boston. So I have my microphone on. Is the wind ruining sort of the audio for the whole chat?
No, it's mostly okay.
Good, because I asked them to fix it and they actually did. Samsung is fucking crazy. And by the way, artificial intelligence is fucking crazy.
Well, yeah, can't argue with that.
And I'm out here. Can someone else, like, come on? Do you want me to be the? Am I supposed to be the host of this? I will happily
no,
be the host of this.
No, you're the one that's ranting there, JB Rants.
Well,
No,
my name
the-
is Baby This.
The
I'm
host is
fulfilling
buggered
my
off
role
again.
completely.
Come on, Jason, you can't forget his name. He's called Jason.
No, Jason's got some good ideas. I could already see quick. See, I don't research people deep. I just react to what they say within a couple seconds, and I go, they're either good or they need reforming. I know that sounds dumb, but
Tim.
No, I think everybody needs reforming on here.
hell yeah.
You know, my golf swing, I definitely need to be reformed on that thing.
Reformed on what though? I mean, the guy can't. He's obviously in a suit that's been sweated because it's a cartoon suit. It's been sweated for like 2 weeks. He's never left it. Maybe he or she makes the decision to come on camera and be like, "Yo, this is the human." And by the way, if you
what?
think you're ugly, I will show you 10 beautiful women that are 1 billion times uglier than you.
No, I'm just using a phone, and half of the time it's just laid down on the desk, on the
I got you.
arm of the chair, so it can't see me anyway.
Oh my gosh.
No.
The chat. You guys are awesome.
I can't see the chat, but I can assume.
No,
What time are you going
there's
live,
a
Jason?
Not even look.
now he's gonna figure it out. It's just that the gloves. Oh shit! Here comes the train. I'm gonna turn off the mic. Oh, I didn't get it in time. Sorry, guys.
We didn't hear the
Or we
train.
can mute. We can mute. We can mute it on our side.
Yeah, it's already gone.
Didn't even hear it.
That was a short train.
Oh my gosh. It's a short train. The chat's cracking me up too. I think you're right, Randy. Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
Holy cow. Even if you could Dan.
Jason, what time you going live?
I'm just messing with this thumbnail right now because what I think I'm gonna do is go live with an unboxing of the of this thing here and then installing it. But I need to do it from my phone because the computer will be off, of course. So I mean, at a minimum, well, let's see, it depends on when I finish dinner also as far as Fortnite goes. So
Okay.
to be determined at some point because I do want to do this. I think it'd be cool.
We went off. Oh, Lance.
So
How much did that system cost?
it was only like 50 or 60 bucks or something like that. I had a gift card for B&H photo, so I used it.
Oh, that's not bad.
And yeah. So I was
Well,
like, you know what? If this is the way for me to connect the camera glasses to the computer,
does your
then
your
now I've got
computer already has Wi-Fi, doesn't it?
nah, the motherboard does not have Wi-Fi on it. It's just got the
Well, if anything, it's just a good thing to have if you ever need it.
yeah. And so I'm confident that I can get because this thing when I connect it to the phone, it turns the Wi-Fi connection off on the phone. So I can't
Okay.
I can't then connect to the PC with the phone itself using phone link. So
Yeah, the phone will only attach to one Wi-Fi network at a time.
right. So to be determined. Let's see. He did
Oh, I get what you're doing now because your glasses have to be connected to a dedicated Wi-Fi.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
The same as the Wi-Fi in your remote controller on a drone.
Yeah, same with the Cosmo too. I have to.
Yeah.
If I pull the app up on my phone, it's like literally I can't do nothing else on my phone while he's playing around.
Right, yeah. So it's and that's the theory anyway. We'll see if it works because I want to connect the glasses to the phone, but then I've got it or to the computer, but I have to use BlueStacks as the emulator for the Android app. Unless again, if I can get if I
To
can
be
get
fair, JD, I can follow
my
Joe.
view to do it, so let's see. Chat. Not oh my god, what a glorious time to be a streamer.
Joe's out shooting a volleyball match, isn't he?
Wow. That was funny.
Well, Dan, it ain't a cigarette, I can tell you that.
Oh, it wasn't?
Oh, no, it's a wacky backy one.
Too funny.
I'm gonna jump off, so
All right, then, what time is it? Wow, it's 7 o'clock already.
yep. See you soon.
5-2.
Dominic, have a great afternoon, man. Great to see
Yeah, I
you as
will.
always.
All right,
Bye-bye.
Dominic.
See you later, Dominic.
Export this.
5 to midnight.
Wi-Fi PCIe. Save.
JD.
It's probably a sniff, of course.
But he eats it all, he's hungry.
No, don't start talking like you're some square in the chat. Dan, I know what you've done.
Dan. Oh my
What?
gosh. I agree, Tim. I agree 100%. I think he's still talking.
He's muted still.
He's looking for something. He can't find it. Jim, have a great afternoon, man. Feeling kind of down? Well, I hope you feel better, my friend. I like Samsung. I'm very happy with my Samsung.
No, you just huffed chemicals and hated on Apple. What?
Am I a delight?
Oh my gosh. I think this is the thumbnail that I'm going to use. Yeah, we'll do that. So Control save.
Jason, if you're
close
talking
this.
at us, you're muted again.
Save changes to the Adobe document. Yeah, sure. We'll do that. Okay.
Dan does the same rants I do. Not open source. Fuck DJI. Fuck Apple.
Yeah, I was asking my brother about Jitsi. Are you guys familiar with Jitsi? JITSI?
Why does this sound familiar?
You
It's like
mentioned it the
Zoom,
other
but
day.
it's open source Zoom, which is a pretty good program also from a standpoint of doing like what Paul's doing here. You know.
Oh, it's kind of like Ninja.
Oh, I'm not familiar with Ninja.
That's another one. That's the one that um Roland uses it. There's a couple of guys in the FPV community that use it.
Oh, Ruland. Yeah.
Yeah, Roland and God damn, I'm having a mind blank. What's his name?
I'll be right back.
Australia.
Wife's calling me.
What? Sean?
No, the one that got. God damn it. Tim knows who I'm talking about. He fucking went off on my show that night about Trump. You remember that?
Oh.
I'm having a fucking mind blank right now.
All right.
You don't mean Rod.
Whew.
Rod.
Okay, y'all. Take care.
Yeah.
See you later, Tim. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Jim, what are you sad about now? Tell us your life story, bro. We're here for you. We will have that moment of romance with you. I'm Dan. God bless you, Dan.
Mars, yeah. Thank you, Tim.
Mars, right.
I was. Oh my God. I don't know why I couldn't think of Mars' name. It's fucking escaping me there. Yeah, I think Mars uses that as well.
Well, now he's managed to turn his camera off as well.
Yes, Don or Lon, Don, Don Leonard, Lon
Lon.
Leonard. I do when the boss calls. You know, but she wasn't calling me. She's talking really loudly on the phone. Usually it's the dinner bell that she's yelling for, or something else. Right?
I'm surprised you haven't fitted an intercom system yet.
Yeah, right, Jim? Who knows? Who knows what's being said, right? He's gone now. Oh my gosh, that chat was funny.
I was just having trouble following him where he was going with it.
Oh, 100% agree, Justin. But it's like, I guess he was just I was like,
Well, it's
who is this?
literally in his
Is he
name,
new?
JB Rant. Yeah, he came on the other day.
Yeah.
He tried to come on a few, like 4 or 5 days ago, but we kicked him because Paul was having issues with them people trying to pop in. So we
Right.
thought he was another one of those. But then he hung around in the chat for a few days and didn't cause any issues. And then he came in and talked and had a little debate with Dre and Donald the other night.
Oh, about immigration. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some people that it's like who you want to have a
So is
discussion with, if you will. It's
Yeah.
like at
When
least a
you
fruitful
said
discussion.
when you said the other day, Jason, about the Filipino culture, is that your ethnicity?
That's what I was saying, Dan.
Is that your lineage?
Yes, sir.
All
I
right.
am. That I am.
No, his lineage is he's American, hardcore American, right, Jason?
Yeah, mom and dad are immigrants. They did it the right way.
Yeah. Well, the Philippines was used as an American base, wasn't it, for quite a while?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think they're actually reopening them now because of China going in there and aggressively targeting their fishermen.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they looked at us as like occupiers, but now they're wanting us to come back in again.
Right. Well, I mean, there's a huge tourist cell in in southern Philippines, which, I mean, prior to the majority that we know of Filipinos are Christians or Catholics. That's
Yeah.
because Magellan colonized the Philippines
Very,
a number of years
very
ago.
staunch Catholics at that.
And southern Philippines are very Muslim, though. Right? That's where the Moro Islamic Liberation Front lives. The
All
MILFs.
right. Because I know, as far as the Filipinos are concerned, there is no such thing as divorce. If you actually get divorced and then go with somebody else, you can get done for infidelity and put in jail.
Yeah.
And the last place you want to be in jail is in the Philippines.
Right. Well, it's still considered a third world country. I know that when I visited Philippines, when I graduated from college, first thing I did when I came back, and speaking to my parents was I thanked them for, coming to the US and raising me as an American, and not in that country. Because wow, I mean, the opportunities that were ahead of me, and this was what 20 over 25 years ago that I told them that, and they're like, I mean, I thanked them for raising my brother and I in the US and not the Philippines, because it's still a third world country.
Yeah, I
very grateful and
stayed
blessed.
in Mandaluyong, just outside of one of the suburbs of Manila when I went there. Kate lived there for 7 years, so she has friends out there.
Yeah, let's see. Bro got mad at Samsung.
Yeah, I don't know where that came
mind
from.
blowing. Right, Dan? America. Hell yeah, don't Lon.
Yeah, after having been
Enjoying.
there and stayed there for a while, I really don't know why Art wants to go and retire out there, to be honest.
Because it's easy for Western guys to get married there. That's why.
Oh yeah, it is. I mean, but usually it's because the people that you get married to want to get out of the country, not bring you into it.
Because wasn't there that one guy that I don't remember whose live stream he was on, but he lived in the Philippines and he was always on the live stream.
Yeah, James,
Yeah.
my PI dream. He's a friend of Art's. Art stayed with him a couple of times.
Do it like that, you're gonna get all over my bed.
But he lives in a fairly posh house in a gated community. But even so, he doesn't own the house. It has to be in
What's up,
his
Jim?
wife's name because she's Filipino, and foreigners cannot own property in the Philippines.
Have a good night, Jim.
Good night, Jim. Take care of yourself, man. Smile. It could be
Night,
worse.
Jim.
See you, Jim.
Yeah, because you can't convince me that there's as good amenities over there as there is here. Yeah, I don't know why anybody would want to move there either.
In the majority of places, it isn't. Plus, foreigners get charged like 5 times more than the locals for everything as well.
Well, it was like that documentary, that little mini documentary on YouTube I watched about people who left the U.S. thinking it was going to be better in other countries, and they ended up hating it because they didn't have half of the stuff they were used to.
Oh yeah,
You know?
like a flushing toilet, running water. You know.
Yeah, you take a shower with a bowl or a pan.
Yeah, like
They don't.
2 of the girls on there moved to Africa because they thought it would be better there, and they ended up hating it, and they ended up moving back. They said, "We're never moving back out of the U.S. again."
They hardly ever use toilet paper.
Right.
Which I think those people got a better perspective on how well they actually had it when they assumed that it was better everywhere else.
Yeah, your money goes further if you're paying their prices. But
your choices are very limited compared to here, though.
Yeah.
And if you want to bring anything in that they don't have there, you're going to pay an arm and a leg to get it to you.
Yep, that's true.
Like I said, some of the most grateful people I've ever met that live in the U.S. tend to be legal immigrants that moved here.
Yeah.
Legally. And they really value the U.S. as a place to live. Compared to where they came from.
Come from, yeah.
Yeah.
Nestlon.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Jitsi stuff right now.
I mean, I know somebody personally that came from the Middle East that been here for years, and they'd never want to go back. Tim knows who I'm talking about. He's still here.
Oh, my university class, I think, had 23 people in it, and there were only 3 of us that were from England.
I know,
He's
right?
all about America too.
I would
Like,
love to bring my translator back from from Afghanistan. That dude he saved my life so many times. You know, good warrior. And likewise, I mean, we took care of each other. That's for damn sure.
uh-huh.
Yeah. I would joke that he was part of the Taliban also because whenever we went someplace, nobody wanted to fight with us because he didn't want to get into a fight and get stuck in a crossfire. He's good people.
Yeah, exactly, Randy. That's 100% true. A lot of the legal immigrants very right now because they feel cheated that they had to spend years getting their citizenship and all these other people got to cut in line. And I don't
Oh
blame
yeah.
them. I don't blame them one bit.
Yeah.
hmm it's funny you mentioned that because my mom, she can't stand illegals.
Yeah, because your
Because they
mom
did
and
it the right
dad had
way.
to do it the right way.
They did it the
Yeah,
right way.
And it was hard and it was rough, but they did it.
Yeah.
that's part of it because the illegals give the legal ones a bad name. They get tarred with the same brush.
Well, I would say if you're ignorant, you're going to tar them both with the same brush.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't
And there
know.
are a lot of ignorant people out there.
Yeah, they don't know
Uh,
the difference between looking at somebody. You can't tell whether they're a legal immigrant or an illegal immigrant. They both look the same.
Right.
So how do you know which one is legal?
I just don't treat people like shit to begin with. But like
Yeah.
I said, I try not to paint everybody with the same brush, because that's just being ignorant at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Lon, thanks for your service as well, man. I did not know that you're a veteran. Yeah.
What's one of those Navy mottos? In God we trust, everyone else we track. Isn't that one of the mottos?
I've heard something like that before, but yeah, right?
I seen a video where they were showing the inside of a destroyer, and they actually had that on the like a plate that was on, like, I don't know what part of the ship it was on, but it was up in the where
Probably
the
radar,
captains and everybody sit.
the radar room.
Oh, thank you for saying so, Brenda. Appreciate you. Type of people. Yeah, I agree. I agree, Randy. Yeah. I mean, they broke the law to get in the country in the first place, right? Circumvented it.
I mean, out of the hundreds of interviews I've watched online of different influencers going out and just randomly interviewing people specific questions, what do you think about illegal immigration? And the legal ones are always just like, no, no, they don't want nothing to do with it.
Right. Right on, Lon.
El Salvador. Yeah, dude, I'd hate to get sent to that fucking prison. I actually watched the guy that did the walkthrough of that prison, and they did a whole little mini series on it. It was pretty crazy. They literally almost never leave their cells, and there's like 30, 40 of them per cell. And they don't even get any pads, dude. They sleep on just hard metal beds that are like 4 or 5 high. It's a very modern prison. It's just they don't get any kind of nothing. They don't give them anything.
Likewise, Brenda, for sure. El Salvador is the worst prison in the Western world, said Randy.
Yeah, I used to like watch that show Locked Up Abroad.
Yeah.
That was pretty
The other,
interesting.
the other Jim's in.
Because there were some prisons in some countries where the prison guards don't actually do anything in the prison. They just shove everybody in there and then they pretty much run the inside of the prison. They just monitor the outside of it. They don't ever go inside of it. I'm like, that's crazy. I'll give it to him though, man. He completely changed that country around now, that president. He was not playing. But see, they don't have all that constitutional cover like we have to abide by. He just wouldn't start arresting everybody with a tattoo. He said, you all going to prison. They didn't have a strict constitution like we do. That one prison he just built holds what, like 40,000 people or something? It's huge. Yep, it did. That country did a complete 180. Yeah, at least he's taking them back now, though, Randy. And he's taking other ones back that don't even have nothing to do. He's starting to take people that aren't even from there. What time is it? 7:30. Jump off here in a few minutes.
I'm telling you now. Go get mine. I already showed her earlier. What do you say?
Jason wants back in again.
Oh, I guarantee you, Randy, it's cheaper than what we'd pay to house them up here, though. I can guarantee you that. Because they ain't getting all the extra amenities like the prisoners here do. They don't have canteens and all that shit down there. You get a fucking little shitty ass meal, 2 meals a day. I bet their cost of housing them is a lot lower than ours. I'd rather pay El Salvador 200 million a year to house them than us pay $1 billion to do it here, you know?
Right. What are you guys having for dinner tonight?
I had a salad I already ate.
Nice. That's
I
right.
had,
It had everything on it, dude. Every topping you could imagine was on it. I didn't even finish it because there was so much.
Yeah.
chicken Kiev and mashed potatoes.
Dang, chicken Kiev?
Yeah.
Fancy. That's freaking nice. What about you, Paul?
I've got a Kentucky Fried Chicken bowl, which is the chicken nuggets and mashed potatoes with gravy over top and corn in there.
Nice.
Sarah makes homemade ones like that.
It's really good.
The KFC bowls, she makes homemade KFC bowls.
That's pretty good. That's
And
pretty good.
they're really good. Very filling too, dude. You don't have to eat much of it.
I know, right? I haven't had one of those chicken bowls in a while from KFC.
They are good.
I'm not a big fan of KFC, to be honest.
If it's fried chicken, I'm a fan.
I mean, I'll eat it if somebody brings it, but I usually don't go out of my way to eat there.
Yeah. I mean, for us, KFC is
I like Popeyes. a little better.
1.1 miles away.
I like Bojangles.
Yeah, I'm a
Bojangles?
Bojangles here.
Nice.
They're actually building one here.
Bojangles?
Yeah, they're starting to come more south now.
Yeah.
They're building one in Haines City or Davenport.
We have so many different takeaways that will do fried chicken and deliver. KFC are just too expensive.
Oh, yeah, Donald, that's why Sarah does them.
Yeah, I agree with you, Don. Yeah. I like how Popeye's chicken is spicy. Got that little
Yeah, I
spicy,
like-
little spice on it.
Yeah, I like Popeyes better.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got a Popeyes. I don't mind that.
Yeah, that's what Lon's saying. Popeyes is way with a he's way better.
We can also get your biscuits and gravy from our Popeyes as well.
Yeah.
With the brown sauce.
No, it's white sauce. It's not brown.
Oh, white sauce, yeah. Means something else here.
Brown is proper gravy.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Bojangles, though. Sarah loves it, but I'm not. She used to go to it all the time when we lived in North Carolina.
Does Chick-fil-A have I always get a chicken sandwich when I go to Chick-fil-A. But do they have like fried chicken parts also?
Honestly, I don't know because I
All
always
they
get
do
a
is
chicken
chicken,
sandwich.
isn't it?
Yeah, Don said Chick-fil-A is good, but I was like, but do they sell regular chicken parts?
Portions, not
Honestly, I've been to the Chick-fil-A here in our town maybe 6 times, and I've never gone inside. And I just ordered a spicy chicken sandwich every time.
Yeah, it's spicy chicken sandwich every time.
Yeah.
Chocolate shake.
I don't know, Dre. Why is Art doing a show today? He wants to know.
Cause Jay, America. Spicy chicken sandwich for
Because
the win.
for the past 3 times that Johnny hasn't done his show on a Wednesday night, Art's gone in on that slot.
What's up, Dre?
What's going on, Dre? I think my wife says she's gonna make smash burgers. For dinner.
How's that?
I don't know. I think it's just ground beef that or a
It's
burger
just
that's
an
smashed.
ordinary burger
It's more
that you
more
flatten.
flattened. So
Yeah, it's an ordinary burger that you just flatten more.
yeah. I'm like, all
Yeah, I
right,
like
whatever.
dude, stuffed
I'll eat it.
burgers.
Shoot, I've been eating since she's been gone. Last night was the first time she came back. What did we have for dinner? She cooked a second dinner for me, and I forgot what it was.
You mean after your chicken and pie?
Yeah, after I ate my chicken. That's right. You guys were live with me when I went to go buy that
Okay.
rotisserie
Yeah.
chicken.
Donald said Chick-fil-A only does nuggets, sandwiches, and strips.
Ah, all right then. No chicken parts. Yeah, if I want a chicken sandwich, that's where I go. If I want chicken parts, then I'll go to KFC. Popeyes is way too far, and so is Bojangles.
I don't know anybody who calls them chicken parts. Doesn't sound right.
That's like the whole boneless chicken wings. That's a scam right there.
Yeah.
Just chicken strips cut up and fucking. Yeah.
Oh, really, Don? I didn't know that. All right.
A smash burger. Ooh, okay. I have to look into that, Donald. I don't think I've ever had one of those.
Well, I'm looking forward to it, regardless, just because my wife's cooking and I'm not eating hot dogs for dinner.
They
So
do taste alright, but I mean, basically, you put an ordinary burger onto a griddle and just squash it.
I like stuffed burgers. One of the guys I watched just recently did a review on a little machine that does it.
Yeah. Lon says boneless chicken wings are just chicken nuggets.
That's all it is. It's chicken strips cut up.
Hmm.
Chicken wings are always so fucking expensive everywhere you go now.
I know, right? It's because it
Yeah,
makes
when
us
you
feel like a
consider that
caveman.
there's hardly any meat on them. Yeah.
For a
Well, I
while,
wouldn't
Mark, it
say
was
that
two
because
parts, but here couldn't tell what part. This is
I
Jim.
I wouldn't say that over here, Mark, because our chicken wings and chicken legs are pretty fucking big. Some of them can be really big.
Yeah, I'm not a lover of drumsticks, to be honest. I prefer the thighs are all right, but the drumsticks are nah.
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 Some fucking chickens over here be the size of a goddamn turkey.
Right?
Like, give them more steroids, beef them up. So, did you ever join that meeting with that girl that was supposed to help you with that, Jason, or what?
No, I didn't schedule it just because I went a different route and that was what before I went to Pennsylvania for my nephew's wedding. And in fact, I think I've got the link for it still here someplace as well still. Let's see. Close this. Where is that? Guide to extracting data from Polar H10. Nope.
Now, what are you wanting to use that for, though?
What's that?
The Jitsi or whatever it is.
Hendrikja. Hype rate. Wait, say it again. Jitsi?
Yeah, because you don't usually generally do like live panels or anything. So, what were
No,
you
but
trying to use it for?
just wanted to learn about it because my
okay.
brother was using it, and I asked him about it today. He's like, yeah, that's great because it's open source, it's free. It does have limitations, like if you want to do more stuff, but you can actually set it up so that if you host it yourself, where you are the server, you have more flexibility and more options to you if you do it yourself, is what he was saying.
Okay,
He
so
uses
you were
it,
just more curiosity than
yeah,
okay.
going down, me in my rabbit holes. Ooh, and shiny object
Oh,
squirrels.
I get like that with programs all the time. I love dissecting programs.
Oh yeah, I'm
Just going through them and figuring out everything.
Yeah. I like doing it, but then I also don't like doing it because it takes me away from what I really want to get to doing.
Hmm.
Like, I mean, hype rate works perfectly fine, I think. I mean, but what it is here, hype rate. I go here to the widget services. I click on web Bluetooth, and in order for me to connect my heart rate sensor to the PC, I had to buy a Bluetooth dongle, which I did. So basically, click on this thing, and I connect the device direct to the computer instead of to my phone, and then to my computer. So there's
There you
less
go,
lag,
Jason.
which is
Jason,
great.
there's my chicken bowl.
Yeah, you got that chicken bowl. Nice. Dang, you're fancy. You're eating it with a metal spoon?
Yep.
You're not gonna use that plastic spork that they gave you?
Oh, I throw those away.
Come on, man. That's a spork. That's like once in a how many times you eat that a week?
I haven't had this in a month.
There you go, once a month. Treat to eat with a spork.
It's got the corn and everything in there. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, believe it. I know.
Should we tell him?
It tastes better if you use a spork.
Should we tell Paul that corn is actually a vegetable?
Let's see.
Oh yeah, Uncle Bill went on a whole rant about eating corn the other day.
Mhm. Corn's good.
What did Don do?
I like it. Whether it be grilled or steamed on the cob, or whether it be sweet corn put in soups or stews, or just as
I always
a
cut my
side
corn
veg.
off the cob. I hate that shit getting all in my teeth. Shit is annoying.
There's a half gallon of ice cream underneath all that, right?
The only trouble with corn on the cob is you've got to smother it in butter.
Oh, you eat ice cream every day too, Paul?
Yeah.
Nice.
I do fried corn, Mark. I put it in the pan with a stick of butter
Fried corn?
and then some garlic and some salt and pepper, and then just keep cooking it until the butter kind of works its way out.
Like on the cob fried corn?
No, just regular corn. Or you can cut it off the cob. I don't do it with the cob, but
Huh.
you just put it in a pan with some butter and some garlic and salt and pepper, and it'll create like a butter sauce, and then it will slowly simmer down. And it's really good.
I'll have to try that. I've never done it like that before.
Put it in a frying pan with some butter.
Mm.
Mexican street corn. Oh, Chipotle is so good. I love Chipotle.
Hmm.
£5 watermelon. Good God.
And you can get the glass Cokes at Chipotle too. At least the ones around here you can. They got the big 1
Sounds
liter glass
familiar.
Coke.
I think we can too.
Yeah, I don't know why Chipotle gets such a bad rap too. Like everybody always makes fun of it, but I don't know. I've never had any issues with Chipotle. And the two around here are very clean when you go in them. I mean, they're not dirty at all. And you can see everything they're doing in the kitchen, so it's not like you can't see them cooking everything and stuff. It's an open kitchen. And they're always really fast too. We have another place around here that's similar to Chipotle. It's called Moe's. I don't think it's as good though.
Yeah. I'll be right back.
I ate it a couple months ago and I wasn't really that impressed with it. It's like a knockoff of Chipotle. Oh, dude, come on now. Every restaurant's had something crazy like that happen.
And what a new Chipotle are.
Well, Dre, are you talking about the entire company was shut down or just some of the restaurants in your area? I said, I have never had an issue with them. And every time I've gone in there, everything was nice, clean. Surprisingly, bathrooms were clean for all the people eating Chipotle. Wasn't it Jack in the Box, Dre? Didn't they get caught using some kind of weird meat in their burgers years ago? Like 20, 30 years ago? Okay, it was most of the stores on the West Coast. Yeah, because I don't ever remember Chipotle shutting down that long in my area. Wasn't it like horse meat or some shit Jack in the Box got caught using?
We had a big problem over here with that.
Pretty sure it was Jack in the Box back in the day. Oh, Jack in the Box and Taco Bell. Okay.
I mean, mainland Europe, they do eat, what's it, horse.
I think it's illegal in the U.S. to eat horse. Okay, so in the United States, the sale of horse meat for human consumption is not federally illegal, but it also not widely consumed. While Congress lifted the ban on horse slaughtering in 2011, the Federal Meat Inspection Act requires USDA inspections for horse meat to be sold for human consumption, and there are currently no such facilities in the U.S. Many states also have their own laws regarding horse slaughter and the sale of horse meat, further complicating the situation.
Yeah, in the
Okay.
UK, it's mostly done as dog food rather than animal people food. But yeah, Europe uses horse meat and goat as well.
Yeah. It's crazy how he puts so much emphasis on eating one animal, but then another one. It's like, no, that's fucking
Yeah.
crazy. What are you people thinking?
And it's still meat.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's okay to fucking kill a pig or eat a squirrel or kill a fucking cow, but if you want to eat dog, all of a sudden everybody fucking loses their shit because you want to try dog.
I'll go to Vietnam or Korea, they eat it there. And snake. You can have snake if you go over there.
We used to eat snake when I lived out in the desert. Every once in a while, one of my uncles would make one.
Hey, Dre, how's it going?
What's up, Dre?
Howdy.
What's up, Dre?
You see what I put in the chat, Justin?
Yeah, I
Chipotle?
did. I didn't know that.
Yeah. It was a
Holy
big deal.
cow.
$25 million fine.
No way, bro.
Yeah.
Dang. You know what they took off the shelves in the what do you call it? Oriental Asian in the Asian markets? Mang Tamas sauce. Do you guys know what that is?
No.
Mang Tamas sauce. It's basically sauce for lechon.
Don't even know what that is.
Love when somebody's explaining something
roast
they
pig.
tell you.
Roast
Oh,
pig.
roast pig.
Okay. Thank
Filipino
you.
roast pig.
Okay.
Mang Tamas sauce. Yeah, you can't buy it in the US anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, because some ingredient that's in it or something.
Yeah, potassium iodate.
Well, is it the ingredients or it's how it's made? I know other Filipino dishes is because they ferment some of their food. They let it sit and ferment for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, they do.
Yep.
And that's what can cause an issue.
Well, according to the Google, why was Mang Tomas banned in the US? Kahit sa itlog panalo. Mili vanilli. The US did not ban Mang Tomas. It issued an import alert due to concerns about the level of potassium iodate, a food additive in the product. The FDA also had concerns about sodium benzoate, TBHQ, and potassium iodate. It's not on the shelves.
Yeah, back to that Jack in the Box Taco Bell. I guess it was a government, I hate to use the word conspiracy, but there was something that went down that the government kept it under wraps because they didn't want to damage the reputation of both restaurants.
Okay. It's known
it-
of, but they just don't talk
It's
about
no, they don't talk about it.
it. Okay.
Just don't talk about it. But Taco Bell was using some kind of meat additive, and I'm not a big fan of Taco Bell, not because of that. I just don't understand what the hell they're selling. You know, my wife said it's Tex-Mex. I said I don't know nothing about that, Texas.
Nah, if I go, that's why I love having a Del Taco close to me. I'll just go there.
Yeah, I don't fool with Taco Bell. Del Taco's okay. I don't fool with Taco Bell. But you guys didn't have that Chipotle thing out there in Florida? It was a big deal, dude.
I don't remember that ever happening, and we eat there probably
it's-
once every month or two.
Yeah, it started back in 2015, I think it was 2015 and 2017 or 2018, somewhere around there. That they had an issue, and they shut down a lot of restaurants. One here in San Bernardino finally reopened after about 3 years of being closed.
Yeah, I don't remember offhand that
Yeah.
ever happening in my area.
Yeah. Well, it was a mixture of employees basically it was just nobody was supervising the employees, problems, checking on them for cleanliness of them. You know, make sure they wash their hands. Like you said, everything's done right there. You're messing with
Yeah.
fresh food, fresh ingredients, and the employees are not doing their part. You know, it's like any other place, man. One person comes in with a cold or something else, and they contaminate the whole kitchen.
If you're going to eat Indian, Randy, you've got to use, well, not so much your fingers as the bread that they bring with it. Your chapatis and rotis and naan breads. And you basically tear a piece off that and use it like a spoon.
Dude, I've seen enough of those fucked up street people making food over there. I don't know if I'd want to eat a plate of food in India. Sticking their feet and shit in the sauce.
I was gonna ask Jim. I said, does he put mayonnaise on his street corn?
Oh yeah, that is the thing, isn't it?
That is classic,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
I almost gag when I see it. I'm like, ugh. And you got to think yourself, these folks out there with these little carts and everything else, and mayonnaise is something you have to keep cool, you know, little, not frozen, but at least in a cool, dry place.
Yep.
And they're out there in these hot little carts, slathering this mayonnaise on these hot, you know, sticks of corn. And I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, it's not like ketchup and mustard, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Well, mayonnaise is what primarily egg white, is it?
Eggs.
Yes.
Yep, that's why.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't fool. I don't. Like I say, when I was a police officer, I used to just collect them carts, pack them on their way, drop them off in comp. I'm coming back here selling no peanuts, no oranges, and definitely don't bring these nasty carts with. Taking them about 15 blocks in the middle of Compton. So here you go. Hey, Sunstar. Yeah, Lon, they had several issues. I know the handling of the food was a major one, so they had to retrain their staff, look at all their rules about how they were handling the fresh products, the food itself, and they even looked at the food that was coming in, how it was being stored, and everything else for Chipotle. So they went through a big, you know, overhaul.
India
how
is
they
no
did
worse
things.
than the street vendors in Mexico. I went down to Mexico a few times, but it was only for a few hours at a time when we went down there, so we ended up eating
Yeah.
everything.
What, you mean across the border just to visit the taco stands?
No, I didn't eat anything when we were over there.
I tell people, why you gotta go across the border? You get the same taco stuff here in California.
Yeah.
Oh, they had a crazy incident today in LA, dude. ICE caused they did I can't even call it what it is. It's not a felony stop. They deliberately rammed into a vehicle to apprehend a guy who had punched a ICE agent, I guess, during the protest over the weekend. rammed his car. His wife and child was in the car too. They threw tear gas into the car. They apprehended this knucklehead.
Damn, they ain't fucking around, are they?
No, man, that's way over. I mean, if they identified a dude where they tracked him like that, they just could have just got him at home, got a warrant, and got him. Like I say, people didn't know what was going on because they're all in civilian vehicles, and all of a sudden, all these agents jump out, guns drawn, throwing tear gas, and everybody in the street don't know what is going on.
Was he illegal?
No, he's an American citizen.
Oh, okay.
He's an American citizen. But they caught him on video as one of the ones that actually assaulted one of the ICE agents.
How long was he running for though before they did that?
Dude, this has happened over the weekend. So today's Wednesday.
No, I'm saying, but how long was he running down the road?
Oh, they tracked him down for a couple miles.
I just
and I'm like, this is how you conduct a traffic stop?
Well,
you causing more mayhem than anything else.
Yep.
Because it was a full size truck and another SUV, and they pinned him between both vehicles. These are all unmarked vehicles. So you've been in the wrong spot, wrong people. It could have been a full-blown gunfight.
I was about to say, because if I was illegal, I'd be nowhere near those fucking protests.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, I mean, just somebody, you know something like that, that's an intentional ramming of your car. You're gonna come out and say, what's going on here, man? I'm ready to cap somebody. It was all on I guess there was a little mom and pop store. It was all on camera. Got it all on camera. And yesterday they showed footage of Oxnard, California. ICE agents were chasing a guy through a field, a fruit field and stuff. I said, okay, this is where we're at now. We're chasing the workers out of the field. I said, who's going to take that job?
Oh my God!
Okay, whose wife was that?
That
Sarah?
didn't sound good.
Justin, you okay? So it must have been somebody at his house. He's not answering.
No, the dog won't stop barking. Sarah got pissed off at him.
So she said, oh my God, the dog's not stop barking.
Yeah. He's just out here just barking his ass off in the girls' room.
Yeah, Yeah, I remember Rodney King. I can say I was on, standby when that whole stuff went down in 29 Palms. But I'm just saying they were all in marked units. These guys were in regular civilian vehicles and stuff, dude. Just jumped out, guns drawn. Didn't have the vest on saying ICE or anything. I said, stop the wrong folks, man, wrong neighborhood.
Well,
it could have been real ugly.
And the bad thing is that both sides are, at the end of the day, they're all humans, and they're both getting super frustrated with the other side.
Oh yeah.
And it's causing boiling points.
Mm-hmm.
And those ICE agents probably were just tired of the bullshit, and they're like, all right, we're not, this dude ain't getting away. Whether it was over excessive or not, that's just, at the end of the day, they're human.
And I'm just thinking that one if it had been a regular LAPD unit coming down that street the opposite direction, and he observes this, and they ain't told nobody nothing. He jumps out, got his gun drawn.
Yeah, sure.
There's like, who's who? Who's who?
Who's who? Yep, you don't know.
Who's who? That's what I'm saying. It's like, you ain't coordinating stuff with other agencies, in which they have said over and over again, because the guy who's the chief of LAPD, I used to work for him at Long Beach PD, and the guy who was the head sheriff of LA County, he used to be a sergeant at Long Beach PD when I worked there. I know both of them. I'm like, if they sit there and make announcements that they're not coordinating things with the federal agents, stuff like that, that means you're running around the rest of the streets, not just protecting federal buildings where everybody knows where you're supposed to be at, and you're out in the streets making arrests. You might run
Is
for the wrong place.
California cooperating with ICE on a
No, most of the
local law enforcement level?
most of the cities don't. There's a few in Orange County that still do. Glendale just put out a thing the other day, said they will no longer work with ICE. I guess they had a ICE detention center in Glendale. They said, nope, not anymore.
What about the sheriff's departments out there? Are they working with them?
Nope.
Boone, stop.
That's why I say it's you're putting people in danger, harm's way, because there is no cooperation between agencies. And if you don't at least tell them, hey, we're going to be operating in such and such an area, doing something, your guys are all in plain clothes, I'd say it can get real ugly real fast.
Yeah, in our county alone, shit, the sheriff's department, they're arresting probably 15, 20 people a day on average.
Arresting a lot of folks here, but I think have about maybe 30 a night on the they started a curfew, I think it was last night or night before. They started a curfew. So they're getting a lot of the bad actors out of the way. And the good thing is most of the folks who come there to do the peaceful protest, they're getting a hint. Soon as it like 6 p.m. hit, they're heading home. I'm out of here.
Yeah, they ain't trying to get in trouble.
Right, ain't trying to get in trouble. The knuckleheads are still hanging out, trying to instigate stuff. And like I said, these folks on cameras, on video, we came home early today out of the corporate yard because our whole PD, it seemed like, was in our yard staging for, I guess, a protest in our city. So they were staging in our yard. So we just sent everybody home.
So is the curfew means everybody has to be indoors at 6 p.m.? You can't be out driving to go to a restaurant or something?
Well, the way they got it set up, 8 p.m. is the curfew hour. And if you can prove that you live or work in the area, then that's the exemption. Everybody else gets arrested. No ifs, ands, and buts. Because I was leaving out the gate this afternoon, the PD had its M30T out. And I told the guy, I said, oh, keep leaving it out here. I'll pick it up. I'll have 2 of them. I was teasing him because Drone Nerds, he's sending me an invoice for a brand new, I guess they ordered the Trees 4T. But I said, why they keep sending me the invoice? I'm not paying for it. Well, Lon, like everything else, police chief of LAPD directly works for the mayor. So like I say, when you have stuff like that, you're the police chief or you're the head sheriff, you work for the county supervisor board, those are your bosses. Well, I'm just saying that they're not, even though they're not supporting ICE agents in the field, there still needs to be some kind of communication, especially if you're operating, doing, apprehensions outside of the federal buildings and federal court area.
I think one problem they were running into with alerting the local authorities, they were having leaks.
Mm-hmm.
And then these people were getting away before ICE got there. So they're kind of it's like a double-edged sword at the moment. It's like, it's best to let them know, but at the same time, they're having problems with people leaking.
Yeah, that's always a possibility. But I'm just saying, if you got, Mark Unit and he rolls up on some crazy activity like what happened today, all I see is a big shootout. Because if I'm in a unit and I see a bunch of folks with guns out, you think I'm gonna wait till they all put their guns down? Like I say, don't get invited to a gunfight. Because you'll be the first one shot. Don't wait, get invited. I can just see rounds being fired. And once one person shoots, everybody shoots. But that's how we all get trained. When one shot goes off, everybody's shooting until you have to reload.
So Jason, what'd you have for dinner?
My wife is going to make smash burgers for dinner.
Smash burgers.
Smash
Okay.
burgers, yes. That's the plan anyway. She's actually doing it right now. So, yep.
Anything new with you flying drone, Dre?
Jay.
No, not too much. I was just telling you guys that when I was leaving home, I saw this M30T sitting out by itself. It's a police command center vehicle. I just pulled up and I was messing with the guy. I've been out with him before. I said, "Oh, he's leaving that M30T out here. I'll pick it up."
Dre walks over. I didn't leave you here. Just go put you back in my trunk.
There you go. Yeah, I'll stick to that on a heartbeat.
You're taking it home like a lost puppy. I'm gonna give you a good home. You still working on that thumbnail, Jason?
No, I'm working on.
Yeah.
I just had another idea because. So the idea is, well, I made the thumbnail because I was going to do an unboxing of this unit here, this PCIe Wi-Fi card on my PC. And I was like, I kind of want to live stream me doing this also, but then my PC would be off. So I was like, oh, I'll just use my cell phone to do it. Then I was like, oh, I've got a laptop. I could just use my laptop to live stream all that also. So I've got that set up over here, which I'm setting up right now. And
Okay.
Got like
which has
86
Wi-Fi on it already, so I don't even need to do that. I was like, oh, why don't I just test these glasses here, right? Connect it Wi-Fi directly to the laptop, which is on an Ethernet cable right now anyway. So I don't need the home Wi-Fi. It's connected via Ethernet.
How many
so I can
fucking
live stream.
camera angles do you have? Jesus Christ.
I like it. I like it.
I know
Well,
he's got
let's
like
see.
86 different camera angles.
I got
But my question, Jason, is why you need a card when I know your PC and your laptops already have Wi-Fi built in?
No, his doesn't.
What do you mean his doesn't? What year is it?
Motherboards, some
2003?
motherboards don't have it.
my PC does not have Wi-Fi on it.
Your
My
motherboard doesn't
motherboard
have
does
it?
not have Wi-Fi. No, I'm connected.
How old is your motherboard, dude?
It was built in
It's not that
2022.
old.
Yeah, here, you want to see my PC specs?
It's well, the thing is some motherboards that don't have it built in will actually
Mhm.
have a Wi-Fi card that they'll put
Yeah,
into
show
an
Dre
M.2
your
slot.
your PC specs.
So a lot of people don't realize that their computer doesn't even have it built in because they have one in an M.2 slot.
There you go. I put a link and that'll take you to my build.
Like my PC didn't have it built in either, and my board's not that old. But it had a M.2 Wi-Fi card board that was in the M.2 slot, and then it had the two antennas that ran up the case.
Right. Now,
Right.
so even though the laptop has Wi-Fi on it already, so the idea is that these camera glasses,
Right.
they can record video, right? They can record video. I'm looking at the wrong camera. They can record video, but the problem is that if I can't see what it's recording unless I connect it to my phone. The way it connects to my phone is via Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Well, if I'm connected Wi-Fi to this, I can't be on the Wi-Fi on home. Right? So I was like, how? And what I'd like to do is have another camera angle from the glasses on my PC.
My only thing though is
that's the goal.
Is your computer going to be able to? Because the thing is like if you have Wi-Fi and you have Ethernet, if you turn the Wi-Fi on most computers, it will turn the Ethernet off, and vice versa. So that's the only thing I see that you may run into an issue, is
It's a
you
great
might not
point.
be able to use both of them simultaneously.
And you know what? That's a great point. And I guess the only way to know is to do it, right?
Yeah, that's the only way you're going to find out, is you're going to have to
Right.
try it.
Now, the theory, what's that?
No, I'm looking at your board on Amazon. I'm just saying, wow, it does not have a slot for Wi-Fi already
Right.
built on it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow.
I mean, it was built in the computer was built in 2022. My son put the parts list together for me back then, and he actually built it for me because I didn't know anything about it. But he's built a computer before, and he put this together for me, and works great. And I was like, I want to try to put my hand on building a computer. So the very first computer that I've ever built was actually the computer that's down below my specs, Raise PC, and it works great.
Yeah.
Which I'm very, I was very happy that I was able to do that for one.
I think this is fine.
So is he. So he built that one. I've got my other coworkers' computers on here. Amy uses a laptop. Tyler, he built this one here, and my IT guy built my work PC, which was actually designed for live streaming. Indoor skydiving national championships of 2018, I think. Yeah, because we hosted it.
So
So
let me show you. This is what some people's computers have, and they don't even realize it unless they dive into it. They'll have one of these in the M.2 slot, and then they'll have a Wi-Fi card plugged in the top of that, screwed down in it.
Oh wow.
See, that's what mine had in it, and I took it out. And like I said, a lot of people won't realize that they have that in their computer. They'll think it's built into the motherboard.
Yeah, mine does not. But that's why I bought this separate PCIe card. But then I was like, oh, I could have just done this whole testing thing with BlueStacks, because the idea now is the glasses, these glasses here, that I have to wear over my readers because I can't see unless I don't do that, right? Because they're not magnified. You can get the Ray-Ban Meta glasses with a prescription on it. With that has
Have you
a
thought
camera built
about?
on the side.
Have you maybe thought about just getting a pair of those and trying them side by side? See which ones you like.
I could actually borrow my buddy's Ray-Bans because, like I said, he got it for free and he's kind of using them. I don't even know the last time he used it, but he'd probably be like, yeah, just try them out.
Hey, Jason, I just put the link to my board. I put in, 3 years ago? That's the one I'm using.
I've seen this. I've seen this like advertisements for this recently.
Mine's
Intel
the
socket DDR5. Nice.
D790.
Dang, you bought this 3 years ago with DDR5 on it already?
Yeah.
Snap.
Yeah, it was super expensive back then too.
But you see the two posts backside of the board where you connect your Wi-Fi to. It's built in 6E.
Show you here.
But like I said, I'm hardwired because the port on my motherboard supports 2.5 gig. And that's like I say, hardwired, never be beat when using Wi-Fi.
Oh yeah, no, 100% agree. And
yeah,
that's why my son recommended, I mean, my whole house is wired for Ethernet.
Yeah.
Even the phone lines have Ethernet. It's terminated with RJ11 jacks on the ends.
Oh, okay. They don't have
For
the
the telephone wire.
RJ45. Right.
Yeah.
Like I was telling Justin today, if I had a house built, I would want with every electrical socket, I want an RJ45 jack right next to it.
Yep, that's exactly how this house. I mean, and this house was built in 2004. We're the second owners. The owner, he wired every room with Cat 5e.
Yeah, Cat 5e. Yeah.
He's got Cat 5e. Right. Each room has both
RJ45
RJ45 and RJ11 for the phone.
Yeah.
But the RJ11s are where he used Ethernet cables. So I effectively have two, and I actually changed one of I took out the RJ11 port and put an RJ45 jack on the one in my office.
Yeah.
because we don't have a landline.
Yeah, I still have a landline in my garage.
Yeah. Do you have a phone on it though?
Yeah,
Oh, all right. Dang.
that's the last resort phone.
You got a fax machine too?
No, I got rid of the dedicated fax. My printers can fax. Both my printers are connected to phone lines. Like I say, the one upstairs is connected to a RJ11 jack.
Nice.
But
Yeah, so
like I tell people, when emergency happens, all the cell phone lines gonna be jammed.
Yep.
That hard line phone gonna be your best resort.
see, this is the one I took out of my computer. And then that's what it looks like when you put the slot in there and then you screw it down and right there.
Interesting.
And I will give you, and then, oh, here, let me show you real quick to show you this before I stop sharing the screen. And then right here, these two little plugs.
Wow.
This is where your antennas would plug into,
No.
your antenna wires, and you would run them up through the case.
Like I said, that's from inside the case though.
Oh, this is on the, this will go into an M.2 slot. on
Right,
the
that's what I'm
motherboard.
saying. But you have to run the wires through the case out
Through the
out
case,
through some
yep.
yeah, out through some kind of screen or grill
Well,
or
no,
whatever. But
normally those setups, the wires are actually just inside. They don't come out at all.
yeah, but you want
But
your
the connection,
antennas.
yeah, it's not that great. Okay, it will work, but it's just, yeah, it can
Yeah,
be a little finicky. It's just like Bluetooth on computers normally sucks.
right.
The built-in Bluetooth. That's why I have built-in Bluetooth, but I went with the TP-Link dongle
hmm
that's got the Bluetooth 5, was it 5.3 or 5.5 or whatever the hell the newest one is.
Right.
Um, and that can do up to 10 devices connected simultaneously. And the range is way farther on that. It's got like a 40, 50-foot range on it. And it's just one of those little mouse type dongles that go to a wireless mouse. That's a powerful little thing. But it works great too.
Heck
And
yeah.
those are cheap. Those are like, you can get one of those for like 10, 12 bucks.
Yeah, that's what I got the TP-Link dongle for Bluetooth as well, which I use for my heart rate monitor because my computer doesn't have Bluetooth either. My motherboard.
Yeah, see, mine has Bluetooth. It didn't have Wi-Fi, but the Bluetooth is just because it's inside the computer and it doesn't have really any antennas or anything.
Right.
It's just really shitty connection. Like I can go 5 feet from my computer and my controller will disconnect.
Check.
Like it just doesn't have, and sometimes
Doesn't
you'll
have
be
the
sitting
range.
there. Yeah, sometimes you'll be sitting right next to the computer and the shit will disconnect. It just doesn't stay connected very well.
Oh dang, I could smell dinner. Smells
Mhm.
good too. Yeah, but I guess the next step for this is I gotta put BlueStacks on this thing. Hopefully the iView Denali app works on the laptop as well as an emulator. So yeah, the glasses will connect to the PC via Wi-Fi, and then it connects to the iView Denali app, which is on the emulator, which I'll then be able to, I guess, use the a window capture in OBS. That's the theory anyway.
Anybody want an Intel Core i5 8400T?
Do not send me a link.
No, I have just a processor sitting in my little box here. That's out of an old computer. It's really slow though. It's only 1.70 gigahertz. That's super slow. That's a shitty ass processor. I just
Yo,
pulled it out of one of the computers
build a
I was
computer
working
with
on.
it to play old school Atari games.
I pulled it out of a computer I was working on. And then I got a 128 gig solid state drive that came out of an old computer.
128 gig solid state drive. What are you gonna do with that?
It's got a copy.
Load XP
Atari.
on it.
Well, I leave it alone because it does have a copy of Windows 11 Pro on it. So that's the only reason I kept it.
Wow. Yo, you
So-
could put the old school. Remember? Do you guys remember Zork?
Yeah.
And then I
Old
got
school.
some laptop memory if anybody wants any. I got a 16 gig stick, DDR4. I got
Dang.
these are all out of laptops I've switched out RAM for people. 4 gig stick, another 4 gig stick, another 4 gig stick.
Reason why they swapped it out. Huh?
Yeah, I just did there, and then I got a 256 gigabyte. That also has a copy of Windows 11 on it. Windows 11 Pro. Actually, the 128 is actually that one I think is Windows that has what is it? The Windows Insiders program version on it. So it gets like all the crazy new beta updates from the Windows Insider program. Because if you're actually on Windows Insider, you can actually get a copy of Windows 12 now. But I wouldn't recommend it unless only because those versions can be very unstable.
Yeah.
But yeah, I took Sarah's mom's laptop only had a 1 4 gig stick in it, and I took it out and put 2 8 gig Vengeance sticks in it. Went from 4 to 16 gigs. It sped up her computer quite a bit.
Yeah.
She just got one of those little cheapy ass like $200, $300 laptops from Walmart. Not that great of a laptop, but she wanted me to take it apart and clean it. So I stripped it all apart, and the freaking venting, the ventilation and everything was just caked full of
Dust.
dog hair, dust. The inside was actually pretty clean. It was just the vent cover. Once I popped the back off, it was actually pretty clean inside. Wasn't too bad.
They're not really meant to sit on your lap. And most people put like a blanket because they feel the heat.
Oh yeah, dude, that's the worst thing to do.
And I can say you get all the dust and the pet hair and everything else because you got it on cloth material sitting on your lap.
Plus, you overheat your computer doing that.
Yeah, and you overheat it because it's not getting
Like
no
gaming
ventilation.
laptops will burn your fucking legs if you're not careful.
Yeah.
For real.
Although those tend to have better cooling systems, but that's why they sell those fan like mounts that you can put your laptop on to
Yeah.
help keep it cooler.
Yeah, I bought one years and years ago and gave it to my oldest daughter. But my wife is like, say, she's in that habit of where she just opens her laptop while she's in the bed, sitting on the couch, and then when something don't work, especially when he wants to print, and I always ask the same thing. I said, when's the last time you turn your computer off? I said, you guys are using up all the memory and it stops functioning.
Well, sleep mode is actually worse to put your computer in.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what they do. They just close the lid.
Yeah, it's if it's just on with like a screensaver or something, usually that's
Mhm.
not bad. It's like my computer's on most of the time. And
I
don't-
shut mine off.
But
I
when
go
you-
ahead and shut it off.
But when you put it into sleep mode for it to go to sleep after 15, 20 minutes, yeah, it can do it can just rack up registry files and all kinds of other crap.
Mm-hmm. But according to hers, what'd you do to the printer? I can't print. I said, when the last time you turned that computer off? I don't know.
Yeah, if I turn mine off,
the other day.
if I turn mine off, it's a hard shutdown.
Yeah, that's why I do mine. Hard shut down each night.
If I leave it on, if I want it to run because it's doing something, but I want to go to bed, I'll just turn the screens off.
Mm-hmm.
And then I can press the mouse on my button, and it will shut all the RGBs off on my desk and everything.
Yeah.
I have one of my buttons set on my mouse for that. It's kind of like an on and off switch for all my RGBs. Jason, have you noticed on Fortnite when you got it pulled up that it's almost like your screen will start glitching?
The lobby?
Like, no, just when you're playing in general.
It used to do that.
Like,
I
'cause
actually turned
mine-
up the frames per second to 240 recently.
Well, I got mine on unlimited, so it doesn't try to cap it. It just kind of goes wherever the highest it can reach.
Okay.
But my problem is the last few days since I did that update, and it's only when I have Fortnite pulled up. It doesn't do it on any other program, nothing else I'm doing. But it's like the screen will glitch like this. My actual monitor's having an issue is what it will look like. But then the minute I minimize it, I can see it with that's only within the game,
It's
and then
Check
it
your-
disappears.
Check your video card drivers.
Yeah, it's something.
yeah, that I know that I
You know,
experienced
matter
a
of
lot
fact,
of
let me check in
glitching
video real quick.
when it
Because
gets
I'm
too
just saying
hot.
that if the game updated 9 times out of 10, you need to make sure the video card drivers are updated.
And that's a good point, Dre, because I don't have those set to auto update. I usually do them myself.
Yeah. I get a notification.
Yeah, between that and also, I would say maybe it's hot. I when I glitch, I look over and my the temperature reading says 95. I turn the I've got, you see a fan? The case is open. I
Yeah.
put the fan. I just turn the fan on.
Oh, mine never gets over 50 when I'm gaming or
Mhm.
streaming. But for one thing you're probably running into on that is you're probably just because of the amount of shit you're running.
Hell yeah!
Like for every one thing I
Need
got
more
plugged in my
power.
computer, you got like 32.
Right?
You're definitely running your
There-
system to the max.
There's a new version 576.52.
Yeah, it's 5.7. Yep, that's the one. I didn't have it downloaded. I'm doing it now.
Yeah. It came out May 19th. Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't on the computer much in May, so that explains why I
Yeah.
didn't do it.
I'm trying to figure out come out and get a notification. Or if I did, I didn't pay attention to it.
We can do an express installation of that out in custom. Let me show you the let's see here. I'm gonna show you this power supply Sean got the other day. Pretty much built his whole computer, rebuilt his whole computer just to find out his power supply was bad.
Yeah, that can happen. I mean, you were talking about the other day about how it kept shutting off.
Yeah, here we go. Look at this big ass beast. 1500. Dude, and mine only has like from here over on ports, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
That is a fucking beast right there. And it's Cybernetics Platinum 80 plus rating.
Mm-hmm.
And these ones come with a 10-year warranty. I think the standard ones, the gold and under, I think are 3.
When did Corsair start making power units?
They've been making them for a while.
What's the
I don't know
retail?
exactly
what's
when
the
they
retail
started.
price on that, Justin?
That would probably be around 200-300, roughly.
That's not bad.
'Cause I remember it was some company start with a T, and there were about 2 main companies that made the best power supply units.
Yeah, because a 750, 850 usually would run you about 1 to 140, depending on what brand and what kind of deal they had. I think I paid 90 for it was either 90 or 100 for my 750 Corsair that I got.
Mm-hmm.
But that one's 80 plus gold rated.
Let's see.
Oh, here. Let's see.
Yeah, Thermaltake. They're one of the major brands years ago.
Oh, your board has the Wi-Fi antennas, huh, Dre?
Yeah, out of the
At
back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not
Like I
bad.
said, I
184.
Yeah, I don't use them anymore because I hardwired it. But yeah, Thermaltake was one of the big power supply makers, and there was another one besides them.
my
Oh,
screen.
that's cool. I believe mine's like an 800.
Back now. Well, he had 1,000 watt in there.
Yeah, I
and
remember you told me that. He said
yeah.
it kept shutting off on. I said, yeah, you got a bad unit.
Well, it kept crashing his like drivers for his video card.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, he switched out the motherboard because he was, and with the whole NVIDIA bullshit that was going on, but he was running all AMD. But he changed out the motherboard, and then he changed out the RAM, and then I think what else? He changed out one other. I think it was one other component he changed. But then finally figured out at the end that it was the power supply. He ended up buying the new power supply, putting it in. Ever since then, he hasn't had any issues.
Yeah, I said, unless you had one go out on you before, it's one of the last things you think about.
Well, because they don't go out as commonly, neither as
Right.
people think.
Yeah,
So people
and like
don't
you
think
said,
it's that.
yeah, and like you said, this one was fairly new itself, so you wouldn't think a new one's going to be going out.
Mm-hmm. What's up, Gitchy? And Sean was telling me about one they had that had I think Corsair came out with a 2,500 watt. Like, fuck me, dude.
What are you running? You probably running several computers with that.
I mean, I guess if you had like a dual PC setup, that you were running all off of one power supply, I guess that would be a good reason to have that. But you better be running like two 4090s and two Ryzen like 9800Xs or something, or 9600X 3D chips.
Mm-hmm.
You use that much fucking power. Because Corsair actually, or Newegg, has a glass PC table, and it has it's all, you can see through it and everything, and you can build a PC inside of it.
Mm-hmm.
But it has enough room in there to build two of them. So it has like two power supply slots. It's got two motherboard slots. So you can build a dual PC setup inside your actual gaming table.
Mm.
And it's about $1,200 for the table. It's pretty badass looking.
I know I was going to ask you, Jason. I know you got multiple cameras, but also you have a unit there that you push to hit each camera, right?
Yes.
So what cameras are you using?
I've got in front of me right now. This one is the OBS Bot Tiny 2.
Okay.
My overhead camera is actually an old broken Sony A7S.
Okay, that's a regular camera.
Right. And then I've got behind me, which is not on right now, but that is an old broken Sony A7S II. And they're
Okay.
broken from a standpoint of we use them at work, but
Mhm.
they broke as a result of the shutter. We use them for pictures
Right.
for students, and it was just more
Mhm.
economical to buy a brand new replacement one. So instead of
Right.
throwing it out, I was like, oh, I'll repurpose it to a video camera.
Yes. So
And
so
then-
that way you got two running off HDMI mini plugs into your control box.
Right.
And then you have the was it the Ozbot you said? Is
The
that work off
Oxbot
USB?
is USB-C. Yep.
USB-C. Okay.
And then I've got Droid Cam on my cell phone, right?
Right.
Which is for this view here that you'll see in just a moment. There's a little bit of a delay.
Mhm.
So I use
Yeah.
my cell phone as a camera as well, but that's connected to the PC or via Wi-Fi through the internet, then Ethernet.
Mhm.
But those are the
Okay.
camera angles I have right now, and I actually set it up so I could put a GoPro in as well.
Yeah.
Ooh, AliExpress has it 571.
But
I'll put it
so
in the
far,
chat.
right. But my wife just yelled to let me know that dinner's ready, so I'm going
All
to.
right.
All right.
I'll see you guys later on. It was
All
fun
right.
tonight.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
head out
look-
and check out Bill real
Oh,
quick.
look at that link real quick, Trey. See what I was talking about.
Okay, hang on.
AliExpress. Hey, Gitchy, good to see you. Let's see. Take a look also.
What is it?
That's the table.
Oh,
you can
computer
build
case.
you can build a dual PC with inside your gaming desk.
Whoa.
Oh wow. Oh, wow.
I showed you this before, Jason, I think.
Water cooled table, huh?
Yeah, of course, that's just a mock-up of what you could do, but you can put
Yeah.
it in any configuration you want to. You don't have to have water cool. Like some of
Uh-huh.
them got crazy water cooling running through it, and they got a
Yeah.
white and a black one.
It's only
You can do.
$600, 30% off for a black one.
Yeah, because Newegg is selling that same damn table for like $1,200.
And it's on AliExpress, huh?
So they order through AliExpress and wait 6 months.
Oh, for real? It's like that?
Ain't that bad.
It ain't that bad, but you'll get it in 5 months, Jason.
Oh,
You probably, if you ordered it from there, like the Amazon Haul stuff I just got from China, it only took like 6 days to get here.
Mhm.
So I think stuff's starting to
No.
speed up.
AliExpress has been notorious for that kind of stuff. Them and who's the other folks that clearinghouse place over there?
Well, AliExpress has always been like the more you buy, the cheaper they'll sell you each unit.
Yeah, I mean,
And
nothing wrong.
I gotta go
people,
I'll see you guys
resellers
later
just
on.
buy off there.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with the products. I'm just saying their shipping is just horrendous.
Yeah, if he ordered that, it'd probably be a 2 to 3 week maybe.
Most folks tell me they order something from AliExpress and they forget they ordered something. Also, one day a package shows up.
Yeah, it's hit or miss. Depends on the seller too.
Yeah. Mhm. All right.
All right. We'll catch you
I'll
later.
see you guys in the morning, probably. Don't sleep in today. Tomorrow, I should say.
Who's all left on here? Just Mark and Paul? Well, not Paul, just Mark and me. Mark, you still there? Nope, I guess I'm the only one. All right, we'll catch you later. See, I think Jason would benefit from something like that where he could build a dual PC system or do like Linus Tech. Me and Corey were trying to talk him into doing that. I guess we'll wait for Paul to get back. Are you going to want to end this? Or where the hell he went?
They're trying to spread it across the country to Chicago, to St. Louis, to Seattle, to everywhere. We figure out it's behind this. And by the way, why did the Democrat Party always extended mental disorder? I mean, it's nuts. You notice that CNN. We influence and you can see why CNN. Because they look insane. Your colleagues in the Senate. These people think this is politically Democrat Party. Well, that's what they're acting.
Paul. Mark, are you still there? Mark.
You guys ready to close her down?
Yeah, I'm the only one here. Mark's not answering, and Dre
Okay.
and
Let's shut her down then. Jason, thanks, Justin.
Jason and Dre just dropped out.
Jason and Gray just left. Okay. All right, everybody. Hey, thanks for being here. We'll see you again tomorrow morning.
All right, night all.
Bye for
Later.
all.